Chairman of PR Pote Patil Educational Group, Honorable Shri Pravin Pote Patil.
We are delighted to welcome the Vice Chairman of PR Pote Patil Educational Groups, Honorable Shri Shreyash Dada Pote Patil.
It's a pleasure to welcome our esteemed guest of honor, Group Captain Shri Angad Pratap. As a premier test pilot and one of the elite astronauts chosen for India's historic Gaganyaan mission.
We are honored to warmly welcome our esteemed chief guest, IAS Shri Swapnil Wankare, Collector and District Magistrate, Datia, Madhya Pradesh.
It's a proud privilege to cordially welcome our esteemed chief guest, Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Milind Barhate, the 9th Vice Chancellor of Sant Garge Baba Amravati University.
I request all the dignitaries to please have their respective seats. It gives us immense pride to welcome our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Vibhav Ashtikar, CPU Performance Verification Engineer at Google and a proud alumnus of the pioneering 2012 batch of our prestigious institute. We are pleased to welcome Dr. P.M. Khorke sir, the esteemed director of PR Pote Patil Educational Group.
Also, we are glad to have Principal of PR Pote Patil College of Engineering and Management, respected Dr. P.M. Javandia.
Principal of PR Pote Patil College of Medical Sciences, Ayurveda, respected Dr. R.A. Deshmukh.
Principal of PR Pote Patil College of Education, respected Dr. A.B. Deshmukh.
Principal of PR Pote Patil College of Architecture, respected Dr. S.W. Deshmukh.
Principal of PR Pote Patil College of Nursing, respected Dr. Seba Saji.
Principal of PR Pote Patil College of Agriculture, respected Dr. Anil Thakre.
Principal of PR Pote Patil College of Pharmacy, respected Dr. D.B. Ruikar.
Principal of PR Pote Patil International School, respected Sachin Durge.
Vice Principal of PR Pote Patil College of Engineering and Management, respected Dr. Mohammad Zuhair, and all the other dignitaries present on and off the dais. It is our privilege to extend a warm welcome to all the students of our prestigious institute, their parents, and our dedicated teaching and non-teaching staff.
Deep Jyoti Para Brahma, Deep Jyotir Janardana, Deep Hartu Me Papam, Deepo Jyotir Namostute. Light symbolizes knowledge, wisdom, and triumph of good over ignorance. As we embark on this grand celebration, let us illuminate the path ahead with the ceremonial lamp lighting, a tradition that marks the beginning of every auspicious occasion.
We respectfully invite our esteemed chief guest, IAS Shri Swapnil Wankare, Group Captain Shri Angad Pratap, Vice Chancellor Dr. Milind Barhate, our Honorable Chairman Shri Pravin Pote Patil, Honorable Vice Chairman Shri Shreyash Dada Pote Patil, and all the dignitaries on the dais to kindly come forward and do the honors by lighting the lamp of knowledge.
I request everyone to please stand at their respective places. Everyone, please have your respective seats. Thank you. I request all the dignitaries to please have their respective seats. I would like to request our Honorable Chairman, Shri Praveen Pote Patil, and our Honorable Vice Chairman, Shri Shresh Dada Pote Patil, to kindly welcome our distinguished guest of honor, Group Captain Angad Pratap, with shawl and shrifle as token of respect. We are truly glad to have you here with us, sir.
Now, I would like to request our Honorable Chairman, sir, and our Honorable Vice Chairman, sir, to kindly welcome our esteemed Chief Guest, IAS Shri Swapnil Wankare, with the shawl and shrifle as a token of respect.
Thank you, sir. I would like to request our Honorable Chairman, sir, and Honorable Vice Chairman, sir, to kindly welcome our esteemed Chief Guest, the Vice Chancellor of Sant Garge Baba Amravati University, Honorable Dr. Milind Barhate, with shawl and shrifle as token of respect. We are truly privileged to have you here with us, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request our Honorable Chairman, sir, and Honorable Vice Chairman, sir, to kindly welcome Mr. Nitin Kori, the Director of Examination SGBAU, with a bouquet as a token of respect. Thank you, sir.
Now, I would like to request our Honorable Chairman, sir, and our Honorable Vice Chairman, sir, to please welcome our proud alumnus and guest of honor, Mr. Vibhav Ashtikar, with a shawl and a shrivel as a token of respect.
Now I request Dr. P.M. Javandia, Principal of Engineering and Management College, to please welcome our Honorable Chairman, Shri Pravin Pote Patil. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I now request respected Sachin Durge, Principal of PR Pote Patil International School, to welcome our Honorable Vice Chairman, Shreyas Dada Pote Patil.
Now I request Dr. Anil Thakre, Principal of Agriculture College, to please welcome respected Director P.M. Khodke, sir. Thank you, sir. I request Dr. D.B. Ruikar, the Principal of Pharmacy College, to please welcome Mrs. Wankare, the wife of Mr. Vibhav Ashtikar. I request, sorry for the misunderstanding. Again, I request Dr. D.B. Ruikar to please welcome Dr. D.B. Ruikar, Principal of Pharmacy College, to please welcome Ms. Wankare. Thank you, ma'am.
TeCHELONS is a celebration of innovation, creativity, and young minds shaping the future. To enlighten us with this vision and formally introduce this prestigious event, we cordially invite our respected Director of PR Pote Patil Educational Group, Dr. P.M. Khodke.
Hello, hello, am I audible? Dignitaries on the dais. Chief guest of today's function, Honorable Shri Vice Chancellors of the University, Dr. Milind Barate sir, Chief guest for today's function, we have invited and who has come long way from Madhya Pradesh, Shri Swapnil Wankare sahib, who is IAS and collector in Madhya Pradesh, Captain and who is going to address all of us today as to how to build our career in defense. Group Captain Angad Pratap ji, the architect of our premises, our own chairman, Honorable Sri Praveen ji, and our beloved Vice Chancellor, Chairman, Sri Shreyas Dada, the principals of the institution, other dignitaries on the dais whom we have invited, even of the dais, deans of the colleges, principals of the colleges, heads of department, and dear student friends. Actually, we are going to listen to the guests here and their own profile, the career progression itself will tell us how to build your own career. And therefore, I take this opportunity to introduce the entire group, PR Pote Patil Educational Group in Amravati, the different institutions, and the purpose of this particular TeCHELON. For the information of honorable guests who are visiting this campus first time, I would like to tell them that after having realized a pressing need for skilled manpower, skilled human resources, in order to drive the economic growth of this particular city, Amravati, our visionary leader, Sri Praveen ji, established this particular campus in the year 2008. So it's hardly 17, 18 years old campus. We started with engineering college then. Rural population, particularly children, youth, girls and vulnerable groups are empowered now through affordable quality education in this particular premises, ranging from KG to, we can say, PhD. We have one international school, and we can see these students, young children, who are sitting at the front rows, particularly from that particular school. And we have higher educational institutions ranging from all professional and traditional education. We have engineering college, pharmacy, management, architecture, agriculture, Ayurveda, nursing, etc. And hence we are catering to the vision of our own Honorable Prime Minister, who has come up with new education policy for multidisciplinary education. Sir, this particular premises, we have quality as the main slogan of our group. We focus all the time on the quality, and is being demonstrated by acquiring higher grades in accreditation. In our campus, we have two institutions who are having NAC grade. Engineering college is having highest possible NAC grade, and after engineering, pharmacy also has gone for that. The principals of all the colleges of the group are having enough experience in academic administration, and they have established themselves in their respective field. Though we are located in the rural area, the students of the colleges are not deprived of the knowledge, information, and training of the reputed institutions like IITs and NITs. In majority of the colleges, we are offering NPTEL programs, wherein the lectures are delivered by the professors from IITs and NITs. On a social front, we are implementing so many schemes. In engineering college, we have community projects under which the students of engineering college are going to the community and asking for their problems and solving their problems, giving solutions. Other than that, agriculture college is always associated with the farmers in the rural area. We are also hosting camps through Ayurved college for the health camps in the rural area. As far as quality, I have already spoken on, but then quality is not possible without discipline. And this particular premises is known for its maximum, the utmost discipline in the whole university area. Attendance of the students is monitored very regularly. As far as engineering college and other colleges are concerned, we are focused on the placement. For achieving highest possible placement, we are going beyond boundaries and conducting professional training programs for the students, not only in engineering, also in other disciplines. This particular TeCHELON, we started initially for the university area, and now it has gone beyond state of Maharashtra, and now it is TeCHELON 26 we are celebrating today. We are starting today with the national participation. Friends, we are going to have very good speeches today. I request all the students to be attentive and try to follow the footsteps. At the end, I once again welcome all the dignitaries in this campus. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for setting the intellectual and creative compass for TeCHELONS. Ladies and gentlemen, now we have reached a moment that represents the essence of creativity, intellect, and dedication, the launch of our college's prestigious annual magazine, Potential. I hereby request Master Shivam Kuche to please take the stage and share the insights about Potential and lead us into the next proceedings.
Thank you, Sejal. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at a moment that truly embodies the spirit of our institution, a moment shaped by creativity, intellect, and unwavering dedication. It is my honor to present the inauguration of our college's prestigious annual magazine, Potential. Each page tells a story, each contribution reflects passion, and together they form a legacy we proudly call Potential. At a specious moment, I humbly request our chief guest, IAS Shri Swapnil Wankare, and group captain Shri Angad Pratap, Shri Vibhav Ashtikar, and Honorable Dr. Milin Barhate, Vice Chancellors, our Honorable Chairman Shri Praveen Pote Patil, Honorable Vice Chairman Shri Shreyas Dada Pote Patil, and all dignitaries on the dais to kindly come forward and do the honor of inaugurating our annual magazine, Potential. We eagerly look forward to stories, ideas, and innovation it will carry forward. This magazine stands as a beacon of our academic brilliance and creative spirit, and today we proudly share it with the world. Thank you, sir, for this great honor. With this, Potential is officially inaugurated. Let us give a big round of applause for Master Ritesh Meghal from 3rd year Mechanical Engineering, who aesthetically designed the cover page of Potential. This magazine is not a collection of words and images. It is a reflection of our journey, our dream, our aspiration. Potential symbolizes who we are today, and limitless possible who we can become tomorrow. Now, I would like to call Ms. Shruti Rathod for laptop felicitation.
Thank you, Shivam. Moving forward, it's my distinct honor to introduce Mr. Vibhav Ashtikar, a proud alumnus of first BTech batch of PR Pote Patil College of Engineering and a university topper from Computer Science Department. His academic excellence and leadership qualities were recognized early in his journey. He was honored as the first Indian student parliament leader at MIT and was later felicitated by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, a movement that continues to inspire many young minds. With the impressive GATE rank of 323, he completed his MTech from the National Institute of Technology, Karnataka. He brings with him over 12 years of rich experience in the IT industry and is currently serving as a CPU performance verification engineer at Google. Beyond his professional achievements, Mr. Vibhav Ashtikar remains deeply connected to his alma mater and strongly believes in supporting students through education, as reflected in this continued initiative support technically deserving student. I, Shruti Rathod, a student of PR Pote Patil College of Engineering, feels proud to invite one of our alumni, Mr. Vibhav Ashtikar, to kindly come forward and guide us with his valuable insights.
हॅलो. जुन्या यशाबद्दल टाळ्या वाजल्या की आज आपण काहीतरी तेवढं चांगलं केलं नाही असं कधी कधी मला वाटतं. आज पण तेवढं असं काहीतरी चांगलं करावं की त्या यशासाठी आपण पात्र आहे असं आपल्या मनाला जाणवलं पाहिजे. दॅट फीलिंग, दॅट फियर दॅट द बेस्ट पार्ट ऑफ yourself is behind you is actually a blessing, because it reminds you that success is not owned, it is leased, and the rent of that success is to be paid every single day, and that rent you cannot pay with yesterday's money. You have to pay that with today's earned efforts and money. And why I am saying that is today that I am not a representative of the success just now you heard. Today I am an embodiment of all those alumni who are there from 2008, right from the beginning of the college. And the very environment in which you are sitting today, we used to sit here and dream about being someone, dream about being something that can add value to this system. And we will talk about this very same environment, जैसा TeCHELONS हा एक भाग आहे, and we will talk about that. But before that, स्टेजवरचे सगळे मान्यवर, स्टेजच्या खाली असलेले माझे शिक्षक वृंद, आवडते मित्रगण, या सर्वांना माझा आदराने नमस्कार. आणि हा नमस्कार करून मी आपल्या 2 शब्दांना सुरुवात करतो. TeCHELONS 2011 मध्ये जेव्हा सुरुवात झाली होती तेव्हा आय रिमेंबर मी इथेच बसलो होतो आणि सगळ्यात पहिली सुरुवात APJ अब्दुल कलाम सरांनी झाल्यामुळे पूर्ण अमरावतीची क्राऊड इथे आलं होतं. येताना गर्दी, पूर्ण सगळीकडे गर्दी, आणि खूपच छान तो प्रोग्राम मॅनेज केला गेला होता, त्याच्यामुळे तसं जाणवत नव्हतं, परंतु पूर्ण स्टेडियम भरून होतं. आणि त्या कार्यक्रमाची एक आठवण मला आठवते जी माझ्या डोळ्यातनं मी बघितली, त्यामुळे कदाचित तुम्हाला नसेल जाणवली. त्या कार्यक्रमाचं किती महत्त्व असेल की त्या स्टेजवर पहिल्यांदा जेव्हा APJ अब्दुल कलाम सर आले आणि सर्व शिक्षक वृंद तिथे होते आणि आमचे वाकडे सर प्रिन्सिपल सर होते, आणि वाकडे सरांनी आणि सगळ्या शिक्षक वृंदांनी त्यांना उठून नमस्कार केला. जनरली आपण शाळेमध्ये कॉलेजमध्ये बघतो की आपण शिक्षकांना नमस्कार करतो, पण शिक्षक जे आपले नायक आहेत ते कोणाला तरी नमस्कार करतात. याचा अर्थ नायकाचा नायक, महानायक आलेला आहे आणि त्याच्यासमोर आपल्याला आज बसायला मिळतं आणि त्याच्यासमोर ऐकायला मिळतं. इट वॉज अ ब्लेसिंग फॉर अस. आणि दॅट एम्फसाइजेस द व्हेरी फॅक्ट दॅट द एन्व्हायरमेंट इन विच वी आर or you are now today is enough. आपण दरवेळेस कॉलेजमध्ये येतो आणि प्रश्न विचारतो स्वतःला की हे कॉलेज सफिशियंट आहे का, हे पूरक आहे का, माझ्या भविष्यासाठी मी या कॉलेजवर विश्वास ठेवला ते सफिशियंट आहे का, माझ्या स्किल सेट डेव्हलपमेंटला, माझ्या बाकीच्या सर्वांगीण विकासासाठी ते आवश्यक आहे का, ते पूरक आहे का. आणि आज त्या ॲल्युमिनायचं रिप्रेझेंटेशन म्हणून मी तुम्हाला हे सांगायला आलो आहे की हो, हे जे एन्व्हायरमेंट तुम्ही आज इथे बसलेले आहात हे पूरक आहे त्याच सर्वांगीण विकासासाठी, त्याच स्वप्नांसाठी जे तुम्ही इथे बसून बघता आहात ते एक दिवस पूर्ण करण्याची ताकद तुमच्यामध्ये आहे आणि त्याला सपोर्ट करण्याची पूर्ण ताकद या एन्व्हायरमेंटमध्ये आहे. आणि त्या एन्व्हायरमेंटचाच एक महत्त्वाचा भाग म्हणजे टेकेलॉन्स, जो तुमच्या टेक्निकल ॲस्पेक्ट्सच्या बाबतीत तुम्हाला एक मदत करतो, तुम्हाला प्रवृत्त करतो की तुम्ही तुमच्या टेक्निकल ॲक्युमेंटला चॅलेंज करू शकता. मला माहिती आहे की या कॉलेजमध्ये अजून या सगळ्या प्रकारच्या आणि विविध प्रकारच्या पण प्रोग्राम्स होतात जे तुमच्या नॉट ओनली टेक्निकल स्किल्स बट इट वर्क्स ऑन युअर फिजिकल, it works on your spiritual skills also, it works on your social skills also, it works on your financial skills also. आणि हे जे लॅपटॉप डिस्ट्रीब्युशन आणि हे त्याचाच एक पार्ट आहे. सो हे एन्व्हायरमेंटमध्ये बसून तुम्हाला येणाऱ्या भविष्याची एक छान अशी कल्पना तयार करायची आहे आणि ती कल्पना तयार झाल्यावर त्याच्यासाठी जे काही लागेल ते सपोर्ट तुम्हाला सिस्टीममधनं मिळणार. ती इक्वल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी आमची पण आहे ॲज अ ॲल्युमिनाय की आम्ही पण तुम्हाला त्या स्वप्नपूर्तीसाठी हवी ती मदत करू शकतो. आज या स्टेजवर टेक्निकल इव्हेंट असल्यामुळे थोडंसं टेक्निकल मला तुम्हाला सांगावं असं वाटतं की सगळीकडे एक नवीन युग, एक नवीन वादळ सुरू झालेलं आहे. त्याला आपण सगळेजण म्हणतो की AI, आणि AI येत आहे आणि ते सगळ्यांचं बेसिकली आयुष्य बदलवून टाकणार आहे. आणि त्या बाबतीत आपण काय करू शकतो, आपण काय कुठे मागे पडतो, आपण काय करू शकतो आणि त्याच्यासाठी आपल्याला हे टेकेलॉनसारखे इव्हेंट्स काय मदत करू शकतात. मला वाटलं की हे तुम्हाला मी आज सांगावं. सो सायकोलॉजीमध्ये एक अमाराज लॉ आहे आणि तो अमाराज लॉ असं म्हणतो की वेनेवर अ न्यू टेक्नॉलॉजी is sort of brought into the society, people tend to overestimate the effect of that technology in a short run, but they try to underestimate the effect of that technology in a long run. एक छोटंसं उदाहरण आपण घेऊ. ज्यावेळेस इलेक्ट्रिसिटी नव्हती आणि कॅन्डल्सचे बिझनेस हे मोठे झालेले होते, त्यावेळेस जेव्हा पहिल्यांदा इलेक्ट्रिसिटी आली तेव्हा पीपल ओव्हर एस्टिमेटेड की याच्यानंतर तर कॅन्डलचं काहीच एस्टिमेशन राहणार नाही, काही मार्केट राहणार नाही, सगळं काही जे असेल ते इलेक्ट्रिसिटीच्या बल्बवर चालेल आणि इलेक्ट्रिसिटी सगळं संपादन करणार आणि ती इंडस्ट्री पूर्ण डाऊन जाणार. पण त्याचा सेकंड ऑर्डर इफेक्ट विच वी अंडर एस्टिमेट इन द लॉंग रन इज दॅट आफ्टर 30 years of electricity, Hollywood was born and it created its own entire industry. And that is exactly how we should approach these new upcoming technologies like AI, like cyber security and all the other technologies. And it is not any more restricted to computer science. It's going to touch upon every one of you in one or the other way. Be it a student, लहान मुलांना सुद्धा त्यांच्या अभ्यासापासून तर PhD ग्रॅज्युएट्स आणि बाकीच्या सगळ्या लोकांना ते मदत करणार आहे. So we have to embrace this technology and we have to be ready for it. And on this journey, on this junk where we are sitting right now and we are saying that, this junction is basically telling की 2 प्रकार होऊ शकतात. एक तर सबस्टिट्यूशन, जसे आमच्यासारखे ऑलरेडी एका इन्स्टिट्यूशनमध्ये काम करणारे लोक आहेत. वी हॅव टू अपस्किल बिकॉज वी आर अफ्रेड ऑफ बीइंग सबस्टिट्यूटेड. बट त्याच टेक्नॉलॉजीचा दुसरा अजून एक भाग असा असतो की तो नवीन अपॉर्च्युनिटीज तयार करतो आणि त्या नवीन अपॉर्च्युनिटीज तयार करण्यासाठी लागणारं फ्रीडम, ते बीइंग अफ्रेड ऑफ आय डोंट नीड टू बी सबस्टिट्यूटेड, आय हॅव टू बी ब्रॉट इन टू अ न्यू पॅराडिगम वेअर आय कॅन यूज दिस टेक्नॉलॉजी इन अ व्हेरी डिफरंट वे. हे तुम्ही करू शकता. हे तुम्ही पोरं फर्स्ट इयर, सेकंड इयर, फायनल इयर, इवन हे छोटे छोटे पोरं जे त्यांच्या अभ्यासासाठी, त्यांच्या बाकीच्या गोष्टीसाठी त्याचा वापर करू शकतात. आणि ही एक बोon आहे तुमच्यासाठी, हा एक वरदान आहे तुमच्यासाठी की तुम्ही वेगळ्या दृष्टीने याला विचार करू शकता. ती वेळ गेली की जिथे काही रिसर्च पेपर्स तुम्हाला फक्त IITsमध्ये अवेलेबल आहे, काही NITsमध्ये अवेलेबल आहे आणि आपल्याला कधीच ॲक्सेसिबिलिटी नाही आहे त्याला. ती वेळ गेली. ती वेळ गेली की जिथे इंटरनेट तुमच्याजवळ अवेलेबल नव्हतं तेव्हा टेक्नॉलॉजीज तुमच्याजवळ अवेलेबल नव्हत्या. नाव एव्हरीबडी इज ऑन द सेम पेज अँड यू हॅव अन अपॉर्च्युनिटी, you have an potential, and you also have an environment like this where TeCHELONS and all those things have events are going on that you can maximize your potential. दुसरं एक छोटंसं उदाहरण घेतो. ज्यावेळेस फ्रीज मार्केटमध्ये आला तेव्हा फ्रीज वॉज अ इनोव्हेशन, बट त्या फ्रीजनी जेवढं मार्केटमध्ये हाहाकार मचवला नाही तेवढा त्याच्यावरचे जे प्रॉडक्ट्स होते त्यांनी मचवला. जसं फ्रोझन फूड्स किंवा कोको कोला घ्या. आज अशी परिस्थिती आहे की वी माइट नॉट बी एबल टू पार्टिसिपेट इन टू द इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर दॅट इज गोइंग ऑन फॉर द AI, फॉर द चिप्स अँड फॉर ऑल दोज थिंग्स, फॉर द फ्रिज that needs to be brought in this technology. But we can definitely and 100% with full potential, we can go for the next second order effect that is going to come. And today, on behalf of this TeCHELONS event, I want every one of you to think in that direction. की जेव्हा आमच्या काळामध्ये जॉब मिळवणं हाच एक महत्त्वाचा गोष्ट होती, जेव्हा पॅकेज किती मिळतं याच्यावरनं त्याचं सक्सेस डिफाईन केलं जायचं, यापेक्षा तुमच्या लोकांकडे ही अपॉर्च्युनिटी आहे प्रत्येक जणाकडे. जसं TeCHELONSमध्ये तुम्ही 4-4 जणं येऊन एक प्रोजेक्ट तयार करतात 2 दिवसाच्या काळात, 4 दिवसाच्या काळात आणि ते सक्सेसफुल करता, तसंच 2-2 दिवस 2-2 जणं 4-4 जणं एकत्र येऊन त्यांनी या देशासाठी, या समाजासाठी एक उद्यम तयार करावा, एक एंटरप्रेन्युरशिप सुरू करावी. आणि ती जी एक विशलिस्ट होती आमच्या काळामध्ये, जी एक ॲस्पिरेशन होतं की हेच एक एक्स्ट्रीम आहे, ती आताच या काळामध्ये नेसेसिटी बनणार आहे. उद्योग करणं with the help of AI and all the other technologies will become like a necessity in these upcoming areas. And you guys are right on the verge where you can decide. You have the freedom, you have the environment. With this, या प्रकारचं एक विचाररूपी तरंग तुमच्या मनामध्ये सोडून ते तुम्हाला प्रवृत्त करेल येणाऱ्या भविष्यासाठी, कल्पनेपेक्षा उज्ज्वल भविष्यासाठी ते तुम्हाला तयार करेल, हे आशा करून मी तुम्हाला गुड बाय करतो. आणि हे अश्युअर करतो की या तुमच्या प्रवासामध्ये तुम्हाला लागणाऱ्या प्रत्येक मदतीसाठी वी ॲज ए ॲल्युमिनाय, टीचर, ॲज ए सपोर्टर अँड दिस इन्स्टिट्यूशन ॲज ए मॉरल अँड फायनान्शियल अँड ऑल अदर ॲस्पेक्ट्समध्ये तुम्हाला सपोर्ट करेल. बट यू नीड टू बी रेडी फॉर दॅट जनरेशन. You need to be ready and you need to assure yourself that whatever dreams you are looking at this point from this very place can become true and you will be successful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words and sharing your experience. Now we move ahead for the laptop felicitation for technical excellence, inspired by the belief that meaningful supports unlock the excellence. Mr. Vibhav Ashtikar, SOC verification engineer at Google and a proud alumnus of 2012 batch, carrying forward his inspiring tradition, annually awards a laptop to a technically deserving student, encouraging them towards a brighter future. I request our Honorable Dr. Milind Barhate, the Vice Chancellor, Mr. Chief Guest, IS Sri Swapnil Wankare, distinguished guest, Group Captain Sri Angad Pratap, Guest of Honor and proud alumnus Mr. Vibhav Ashtikar, Honorable Chairman Sir and Honorable Vice Chairman Sir, to please come forward and felicitate Ms. Gauri Pimpalkar. She is from Civil Engineering Department. She has secured an outstanding average of SGPA 9.83 in the first and second semesters and stands as a topper across of all engineering departments. I request Honorable Chairman Praveen Pote Patil sir to felicitate Mr. Ritesh Mehgal from 3rd year Mechanical Engineer who has aesthetically designed the cover page of Potential magazine.
Leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. To enlighten us about the foundation, growth, and visionary goals of our esteemed institution, we cordially request our Honorable Chairman, Shri Praveen Pote Patil, to please guide us with his inspiring words.
नमस्कार. खाली बसावे पोट्ट्यो, उभे नका राव. खाली बसा. कोण कोण उभे राहून राहिले? ते तिकडे दिसून राहिले. याला गावरानीच भाषा समजते सर. VC साहेब हे पोट्टे तसे ऐकतच नाही. आता कलेक्टर साहेब आमचे MP चे, आता ते इकडे होते पण त्यांना हे माहीत पडेल का विदर्भातले पोट्टे अजून शिकले सुधारले नाही. आज या टेकलॉन्सच्या कार्यक्रमाला मंचावर उपस्थित ग्रुप कॅप्टन इंडियन एअरफोर्सचे अंगद प्रतापजी, महाराष्ट्र MP चे कलेक्टर दरभंगाचे कलेक्टर स्वप्नीलजी वानखडे, आपल्या अमरावती युनिव्हर्सिटीचे VC मिलिंद बारहाते साहेब, आमचे ॲल्युमिनी वैभव आष्टीकर, डायरेक्टर डॉक्टर खोडके सर, इंजिनिअरिंगचे आमचे प्रिन्सिपल डॉक्टर जावंदिया सर, डॉक्टर रुईकर मॅडम, डॉक्टर देशमुख मॅडम, डॉक्टर शोएबा, डॉक्टर अनिलजी देशमुख, डॉक्टर अनिल देशमुख मॅडम, संजयजी देशमुख, सर्व HODs, डायरेक्टर्स, प्रिन्सिपल, उपस्थित विद्यार्थी मित्र हो. या ठिकाणी आपण दरवर्षीप्रमाणे यावर्षीसुद्धा टेकलॉन्स हा कार्यक्रम घेतला. मी VC साहेबांशी बोलत असताना काही गोष्टी त्यांच्या लक्षात आणून दिल्या. आज या ठिकाणी आपण जवळपास आपल्या 17-18 वर्षापासून आपण हे कॉलेजेस चालवतो आहे आणि पुढच्या वर्षी पहिल्यांदा स्कूलचे बसले ना कोणी इथे? हां, स्कूलचे स्टुडंट खाली इथे बसू येऊ नका देऊ. सिनियर स्टुडंट येऊ द्या, कारण ते त्यांना ते डेप्थ राहत नाही. ते हे थोडं लक्षात ठेवलं पाहिजे. आपण जवळपास 17-18 वर्षापासून हा कार्यक्रम करतो, इथे टेकलॉन्स करतो. विद्यार्थ्यांना एक चांगलं मोटिवेशन मिळावं या दृष्टिकोनातून देशातून किंवा देशाच्या बाहेरून किंवा आपल्या विदर्भातली जी मातीशी ज्यांची नाळ जुळली आहे अशी सगळी लोक या ठिकाणी आणतो आणि विद्यार्थ्यांना मोटिवेट व्हायच्या दृष्टिकोनातून आपण इथे काम करत असतो. आज या ठिकाणी त्याचप्रमाणे जर पाहिलं तर आमचे वैभव आष्टीकर आहे, आमचे ॲल्युमिनी आहेत. आज सगळ्या विद्यार्थ्यांनी सांगताना मला आनंद होतो की गुगलमध्ये आहे 1 कोटीचं पॅकेज आहेत. टाळ्या वाजवा जरा. आणि आपल्या इथे एवढी मोठी मंडळी आली त्यांच्यासाठी टाळ्या वाजवल्या पाहिजे. टाळ्या वाजवल्या म्हणजे फी नाही लागत बरं, लक्ष ठेवा. आज सगळे विद्यार्थी आष्टीकर वैभव, मी तुला सांगताना मुद्दामून सांगतो सर VC साहेब की सगळे पोरं आले इंजिनिअरिंगला की पालक काय करतात, इंजिनिअरिंगवर टाकतात आणि जेव्हा इंजिनिअरिंगला येतात तेव्हा मावशीचा मुलगा गेला, मामाचा मुलगा गेला, आत्याचा, विशेष म्हणजे आत्याचा गेला म्हणजे पहिले. त्याच्यामुळे ते इंजिनिअरिंगला ॲडमिशन घेतली की मग काही मागे काही पुढे. पण आमच्या इथे जरा इंटेक चांगला येतो. जेव्हा सुरुवातीचा वैभव जेव्हा ॲडमिशन आली वैभवची तेव्हाचा इंटेक आणि आजचा इंटेकमध्ये खूप मोठा फरक आहे. म्हणजे डबल इंटेक आहे आमच्याकडे. डबल आज 100पर्यंत आम्ही पोचलो, 80च्या पुढे राहतो आहे. आणि सारखं विद्यार्थी विचारतात मला पॅकेज मिळेल का, मला कंपनी मिळेल का. आम्ही दरवर्षी साधारणतः 700-800 पोरांचं प्लेसमेंट करतो आहे. मिनिमम पॅकेज आमचं 3.5 लाखापासून तर 25 लाखापर्यंत आम्ही साधारणतः पोचलेलो आहे. याचा मला आनंद आहे, कारण माझी फॅकल्टी जी आहेत, आमचे HODs आहेत, डायरेक्टर्स आहेत, ज्या पद्धतीने मेहनत घेत आहेत ते खरंच कौतुक करण्यासारखं आहे. या ठिकाणी सगळ्यांचे कॉलेजेस जेव्हा ऑटोनॉमस झाले तेव्हा आपले कॉलेज ऑटोनॉमस व्हावं हा सुद्धा आमचा एक कन्सेप्ट होता आणि त्या पद्धतीने ऑटोनॉमस झाला. आणि आम्ही आमच्या पद्धतीने आता आम्ही काय केलं, 2-3 VC साहेब 2-3 कॉलेज 2-3 त्या कंपनीज आहेत त्यांच्याकडनं त्यांना कसा मॅनपॉवर पाहिजे त्या पद्धतीने आम्ही आमचा मॅनपॉवर स्टार्ट केला तयार करणं. म्हणजे कंपनीला ट्रेनिंग द्यायचं काम पडणार नाही आणि कंपनीमध्ये सिलेक्शनसुद्धा त्या पद्धतीने होईल. हा सुद्धा आमचा त्यामागचा एक कन्सेप्ट आम्ही क्लिअर केला आणि त्यातून सुद्धा आम्हाला एक चांगलं मिळालं. आता बरेच पोरं इथं जेव्हा वैभव होता तेव्हा आपण फक्त फॉरेन टूर करत होतो. आता आम्ही डोमेस्टिक टूरसुद्धा चालू केला. डोमेस्टिक टूर तुम्हाला सांगितलं का चालू केला, किंवा 80-85% अटेंडन्स क्लासमध्ये असलं पाहिजे. म्हणजे तरीसुद्धा यावर्षी वाटते 600-700 पोरं आपल्या अटेंडन्सच्या याच्यामध्ये डोमेस्टिक टूरला गेले. पण तरीसुद्धा सांगावं लागते फॅकल्टीला की बाबा ते कमी दिसतात का दिसतात. मी तुम्हाला दाखवलं अटेंडन्स. म्हणजे मी माझ्या मोबाईलवर अटेंडन्स पाहतो साधारणतः क्लासमध्ये किती विद्यार्थी आहे, समोरचा बेंच रिकामा का, आम्हासमोर पहिला प्रश्न पडतो. कारण मी सुद्धा बॅक बेंचचाच होता. पण ते मला सांगतात की सर तुम्ही जेव्हा तुमच्या भाषणात सांगतात बॅक बेंच, मग आम्हाला का समोर बसायला होता. आणि तेव्हाची परिस्थिती वेगळी होती. तेव्हा ते टीचर मारायचे, आजचे टीचर मारूच शकत नाही, हा फरक आहे. मग तेच सुद्धा त्यांना सांगत राहतो. तेव्हा आमचे वडील आम्हाला सांगायचे. आता आम्ही पाहिलं, आम्हाला आमचे कान पकडणारे सर होते, पण आता कान पकडला का त्याचे वडील येतात, कारण माझ्या मुलाला कशाला हात लावला तुम्ही, तो एकटाच आहे. म्हणजे प्रोटेक्शन कसं आहे तो एकटाच आहे. म्हणजे इथून सुरुवात झाली असल्यामुळे साधारणतः आता टीचर लोक तुम्हाला कानाला हात लावत नाही, पण आमच्या वेळेस लावत होते म्हणून आम्ही मागे बसायचं. पण तुम्ही पहिले समोरच बसले पाहिजे असं अर्जुन सांगणं गरजेचं आहे. आम्ही डोमेस्टिक टूर करतो, या ठिकाणी फॉरेन टूर करतो, दरवर्षी वेगळ्या पद्धतीने वेगवेगळ्या ठिकाणी व्हिजिट्स ठेवतो. अशा अनेक गोष्टी आपण करतो आहे. यावर्षीसुद्धा आमचं जे पॅकेजेस ज्या विद्यार्थ्यांना आम्ही प्लेसमेंट दिलं त्याचंसुद्धा आम्हाला एक चांगलं बेनिफिट्स मिळालं आहे. ट्रेनिंग्स आम्ही जे करतो आहे याच्यामध्ये वैभव, तेव्हा मला आठवते की आपण ट्रेनिंग्समध्ये फार लक्ष देत नव्हतो. आता आम्ही ट्रेनिंग्स जे करतो वेगवेगळ्या कंपनीचे ट्रेनिंग्स करतो आणि ट्रेनिंग्स करत असताना विद्यार्थ्यांकडनं ट्रेनिंगचे पैसे घेत नाही. पण आता मला असं जाणवलं की विद्यार्थ्यांकडनं जर ट्रेनिंगचे पैसे घेतले नाही तर पोरं पुन्हा अटेंडन्स कमी राहते. म्हणून असं वाटलं की आता अर्धे पैसे तरी त्यांच्याकडनं घेतली पाहिजे, म्हणजे जेणेकरून पोरांचं अटेंडन्स वाढेल. का असते की साधारणतः पोरांना लक्षात येत नाही की हे कशासाठी कामं करतात. त्यांना असं वाटतं आपल्या पालकांनी याच्यात क्लासमध्ये टाकलं मग आपल्याला कसं तरी इंजिनिअरिंग करायचं आहे, पण कसं तरी नाही. 4 वर्ष तुम्ही जर लाईफमधलं महत्त्वाचा विषय आहे की या ठिकाणी वैभव आष्टीकर तुमच्या समोर आहे की ज्याने जीवनातले 4 वर्ष एकदम खूप मेहनत केली. आज तो 1 कोटीच्या पॅकेजमध्ये गुगलसारख्या कंपनीमध्ये आहे. असे आहे आपल्याकडे भरपूर मुलं असे, पण यांनी 4 वर्ष कंटिन्यू मेहनत केली आहे पोरांनी. म्हणून हे स्वतःच्या पायावर उभे राहिलेत आणि हे आपल्या समाजामध्ये एक चांगलं उदाहरण बनलं. अशी फार कमी पोरं राहतात, पण उदाहरणं बनण्यासाठी फार महत्त्वाचं. वैभव इथे बोलत असताना त्यांनी फार एक महत्त्व दिलं. यायचं त्यांनी एक बोलता बोलता याबद्दल सांगितलं की बाबा हे आल्यावर काय होतं लोकांमध्ये, स्टुडंटमध्ये काय त्याचं हे आहे की भीती आहे, हे आल्यानंतर आमचं काय होईल, आमची जॉब काय होईल. पण त्यांनी एक गोष्ट फार महत्त्वाची सांगितली की जेव्हा इलेक्ट्रिसिटी नव्हती तेव्हा त्या मेणबत्तीचं महत्त्व होतं, पण इलेक्ट्रिसिटी आल्यानंतर मेणबत्तीचं महत्त्व कमी झालं नाही, प्रामुख्याने त्यांनी सांगितलं. मला तर फार एक चांगला पॉईंट वाटला याच्यामध्ये. या ठिकाणी आज आपल्या इथे VC साहेब आहेत, त्याचप्रमाणे MP कलेक्टर्स आहेत स्वप्नीलजी वानखडे, यांचा मी आवर्जून या ठिकाणी उल्लेख करतो आहे की कलेक्टर झाल्यानंतर त्यांची मिसेस आपली ॲल्युमी आहे, हे सांगणं महत्त्वाचं आहे. आणि कलेक्टर झाल्यानंतर साधारणतः मी सुद्धा मंत्री म्हणून काम केलं तर मला माहिती आहे की IAS लोकांकडनं काम कसं करावं किंवा कसं करायचं असतं किंवा त्यांना कुठल्या गोष्टीत आडवं कसं उभं राहायचं असतं, फक्त हे IAS ऑफिसरना माहीत राहते. एखादा आपण GR काढला, मी एक मंत्री होतो, माझ्याकडे एका सेक्रेटरीला मी काम सांगितलं की म्हटलं आपल्याला जितकी गव्हर्नमेंटच्या जागा आहेत त्या आपल्याला सगळ्यांनी कंपाऊंड टाकायचं. तर ते मला त्याच्यावर त्यांनी लिहून पाठवलं. फायनान्स सेक्रेटरी त्यांनी लिहून पाठवलं का नाही आपल्याकडे एवढे पैसे जमणार नाही, त्यापेक्षा तुम्ही निवडुंगाची झाडं लावा बॉर्डरला. योगायोगाने दुसऱ्या वर्षी तो सेक्रेटरी माझ्याकडे आला PWDमध्ये. मग मी त्यांना म्हटलं यार हे आपल्याला करायला पाहिजे. हा सर बोले बिलकुल कर लेंगे. मग त्यांनी परत पत्र लिहिलं. हा माझा जो पहिलं PWDचा सेक्रेटरी तो तिकडे जाऊन बसला फायनान्सला आणि त्यांनी तेच लिहिलं. मी त्यांना म्हटलं तुम जब वहाँ थे तो ऐसा लिखा, तुम इधर आ गए तो तुमको लग रहा कंपाउंड बनना चाहिए. मग त्यांनी मला सांगितलं की सर्वांनी तिजोरी की लिमिटेशन आहे, 3.5-4 लाख कोटी रुपयाचं बजेट आहे आणि सगळे जर आम्ही असं वाटत राहिलो तर म्हणे ते चालणार नाही. तुम्ही जरी मंत्री असले तर त्या तिजोरीच्या चाब्या आमच्याकडे आहेत म्हणे, हे लक्षात तुम्ही ठेवा. म्हणून आम्ही IS म्हणून इथे बसलो. तर यांचं वेगळंच आहे वानखेडे साहेबाचं, की शेवटच्या माणसाला काम कसं करता येईल, शेवटच्या माणसाचं काम कसं करता येईल. तुम्ही यांच्या सोशल मीडियावर गेल्यावर तुम्हाला कळेल की यांनी कलेक्टर म्हणून अपॉर्च्युनिटी घेतली, किंवा छोट्यातल्या छोट्या माणसाला पंडित दीनदयाल उपाध्याय त्यांचं जे वाक्य आहे ना, शेवटच्या माणसासाठी काम कसं करतात, तर ते एक उदाहरण या ठिकाणी स्वप्नील वानखडे. एकदा टाळ्या होऊन जा, कलेक्टर कसं असलं पाहिजे तर एक उदाहरण आहे. मी त्याचं सारखं पाहत राहतो की बाबा माणसाने काम कसं करावं, ते शेवटच्या माणसापर्यंत कसं पोहोचेल. नाही तर ठरलेलं आहे, पॅटर्न फिक्स आहे. माझी बायको माझे लेकरं सासराही नाही चालत आणि बापही नाही चालत आणि आई नाही चालत. हे पूर्ण म्हणजे पूर्ण जिल्हा घेऊन चालणं किंवा पूर्ण MP मध्ये चांगलं काम करणं, अशी अनेक उदाहरणं आपल्या इथे बसलेले आहेत. सगळे गेस्ट, 51 गेस्ट आहेत की सगळे त्या याच्यामध्ये हुद्द्यावर असलेले त्या पद्धतीने ते काम करतात, अपॉर्च्युनिटी म्हणून काम करतात. हे तुम्हाला उदाहरण मिळालं पाहिजे म्हणून आपण या ठिकाणी या सगळ्या गेस्टला आपण या ठिकाणी बोलवत आहे. या ठिकाणी मी सगळ्यांचं अभिनंदन करतो, मनापासून स्वागत करतो की आपण या ठिकाणी आमच्या कॉलेजला व्हिजिट केली, त्याबद्दल मी आपलं मनापासून आभार व्यक्त करतो. धन्यवाद.
Thank you, sir, for your invaluable guidance and for sharing the vision that continues to inspire and lead us forward. It's a matter of great honor to have with us the 9th Vice Chancellor of Sant Garge Baba Amravati University, Honorable Dr. Milind Barhate, who is an accomplished academician and an administrator holding qualifications including MCom, MBA, LLB, and PhD. Under his guidance, the university continues to strengthen its commitment towards academic excellence, inclusive education, and holistic developments of students across all faculties. We are privileged to have his presence with us today. With this, I respectfully request Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Milind Barhate, sir, to kindly grace the stage and address the gathering. Sir, please.
TeCHELONS 26 या कार्यक्रमाच्या उद्घाटनाच्या निमित्ताने व्यासपीठावर उपस्थित संस्थेचे अत्यंत धडाडीचे आणि अतिशय चांगला पॉझिटिव्ह दृष्टिकोन त्यांचा आहे ते माननीय प्रवीणजी पोटे पाटील, या कार्यक्रमाकरता आवर्जून उपस्थित असलेले ग्रुप कॅप्टन श्री अंगद प्रतापजी, ज्यांचा आपल्याला अभिमान वाटतो, जे आपल्या विदर्भाचे पुत्र आहेत, ते दतिया मध्य प्रदेशचे कलेक्टर श्री स्वप्नीलजी वानखेडे, या महाविद्यालयाचा माजी विद्यार्थी वैभव आष्टीकर, श्री श्रेयसजी पोटे पाटील, डॉक्टर PM खोडकेजी, महाविद्यालयाचे प्राचार्य डॉक्टर PM जावंधिया, संत गाडगेबाबा अमरावती विद्यापीठाचे परिषद संचालक डॉक्टर नितीनजी कोळी, व्यासपीठावर उपस्थित इतर सर्व मान्यवर, सर्व संस्थेअंतर्गत असलेल्या संस्थांचे प्राचार्य, संचालक, शिक्षक, विद्यार्थी बंधू आणि भगिनींनो, आज TeCHELONS 26 या कार्यक्रमाच्या निमित्ताने येथे उपस्थित राहता आलं याचा मला अतिशय आनंद आहे. 2011 साली या उपक्रमाची सुरुवात या महाविद्यालयामार्फत झाली आणि त्याला आपले माजी राष्ट्रपती ज्याचा संपूर्ण देशामध्ये ज्यांचं अतिशय आदराने नाव घेतलं जातं आणि ज्यांना मिसाईल मॅन म्हणून ओळखलं जातं ते डॉक्टर APJ अब्दुल कलाम या कार्यक्रमाकरता उपस्थित होते. हे ऐकून अतिशय आनंद वाटला. आपल्या विद्यार्थ्यांना त्यांचं जे रिसर्च ॲप्टिट्यूड आहे, त्यांचं जे इनोव्हेशन आहे, त्याकरता एक प्लॅटफॉर्म उपलब्ध करून देणं, त्यांच्यातल्या ज्या संशोधनातील ज्या त्यांच्या जाणीवा आहेत त्या जागरूक करणं, या एका उद्देशाने टेकलॉन्ट या कार्यक्रमाचं आयोजन केलं जातं. त्याबद्दल मी संस्थेचे अध्यक्ष आदरणीय प्रवीणजी पोटे पाटील, त्यांचे सर्व संचालक मंडळ, सर्व प्राचार्य आणि शिक्षक सर्वांचे मनापासून अभिनंदन करतो की अतिशय नाविन्यपूर्ण असा उपक्रम संस्था आज अव्याहतपणे अखंडपणे राबवत आहे. आणि अमरावती विद्यापीठाअंतर्गत विविध जे महाविद्यालय आहेत किंवा जे विद्यार्थी आहेत त्यांच्या रिसर्च करता, त्यांच्या संशोधनाकरता, त्यांच्या इनोव्हेशन करता एक मोठा प्लॅटफॉर्म ते आज उपलब्ध करून देत आहेत. आज आपण जाणतो की इनोव्हेशनला, रिसर्चला आज भारतामध्ये फार महत्त्व प्राप्त झालेलं आहे. आज जो ग्लोबल इनोव्हेशन इंडेक्स आहे त्यात भारताचा क्रमांक सुमारे 35वर आलेला आहे. 2015मध्ये हा क्रमांक आपला भारताचा 81 होता. साधारणतः 10 वर्षामध्ये हा आपण 81वरनं 35वर आलेलो आहोत. हे दर्शवतं की भारतामध्ये आता इनोव्हेशन आणि स्टार्टअप्स याचं महत्त्व हळूहळू विशेषतः तरुण पिढीला, विद्यार्थ्यांना पटायला लागलेलं आहे. आणि विद्यार्थी पुढे येऊन त्यांचे इनोव्हेशन्स स्टार्टअप्समध्ये आता हळूहळू कन्वर्ट करायला लागलेले आहे. विद्यापीठामध्येही जे विद्यापीठाचं रिसर्च फाउंडेशन आहे त्याच्यामार्फत दरवर्षी हॅकॅथॉन्स आपण आयोजित करत असतो. अमरावती विद्यापीठातील 5ही जिल्ह्यातील विद्यार्थी त्यात सहभागी होत असतात आणि त्यांचं इनोव्हेशन, त्यांचं जे रिसर्च आहे, त्यांच्या ज्या नवीन आयडियाज आहेत ते त्याचे प्रोटोटाईप्स तिथे प्रेझेंट करत असतात. आणि मला सांगायला आनंद वाटतो की या सर्वामध्ये विशेषतः जो आपला आदिवासी किंवा ग्रामीण भागातला विद्यार्थी जो आहे त्यांचे जे इनोव्हेशन्स आहेत, त्यांच्या ज्या आयडियाज आहे त्या अतिशय चांगल्या आणि नाविन्यपूर्ण अशा असतात. याचा मला अतिशय आनंद वाटतो. त्याच्यामुळे विद्यार्थ्यांनी हे लक्षात घ्यावं की केवळ नोकरीच्या मागे न लागता शिक्षण आटोपल्यावर मी स्वतःचं स्टार्टअप कसं सुरू करू शकीन याबाबत निश्चित विचार करावा. कारण शासनाकडनंही स्टार्टअप्स करता फार मोठ्या प्रमाणात निधी उपलब्ध झालेला आहे. अतिशय चांगल्या योजना आज स्टार्टअप्स करता सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंट असो, स्टेट गव्हर्नमेंट असो यांच्यामार्फत राबवल्या जात आहेत. त्याच्यामुळे निश्चितपणे आपण स्टार्टअपचा विचार करावा. जाता जाता फक्त एवढंच सांगतो की जेव्हा आपण टेक्नॉलॉजीवर बोलतो, टेक्नॉलॉजीविषयी काही रिसर्च करतो, संशोधन करतो किंवा टेक्नॉलॉजीबद्दल विचार करतो तर 2 गोष्टी आपण नेहमी लक्षात ठेवायला हव्या. ते म्हणजे सस्टेनेबल डेव्हलपमेंट आणि इथिक्स. टेक्नॉलॉजी, जी नवीन टेक्नॉलॉजी आपण निर्माण करत असतो, ज्या कन्सेप्ट आपण लॉन्च करत असतो, जर का त्यात मला वाटतं सस्टेनेबल डेव्हलपमेंट अँड इथिक्स हे जर का 2 फॅक्टर अबसेंट राहिले तर मला वाटतं टेक्नॉलॉजीचा फायदा न होता नुकसान येणाऱ्या पिढीकरता मोठ्या प्रमाणात होऊ शकतं. असं म्हटलं जातं जर का टेक्नॉलॉजी विदाऊट सस्टेनेबल डेव्हलपमेंट अँड इथिक्स अशी असेल तर ती एक फ्रँकेस्टाईनमध्ये रूपांतरित होऊ शकते. फ्रँकेस्टाईन म्हणजे तो राक्षस जो ज्यांनी त्याला निर्माण केलं त्यालाच तो खाऊन टाकतो किंवा संपवून टाकतो. त्याच्यामुळे टेक्नॉलॉजीबद्दल बोलत असताना, अभ्यास करत असताना, संशोधन करत असताना आपण निश्चितपणे सस्टेनेबल डेव्हलपमेंट आणि इथिक्स या 2 गोष्टींचा आवर्जून विचार करावा, लक्षात ठेवावा. अन्यथा आपल्या पृथ्वीचा विनाश व्हायला वेळ लागणार नाही. आज इथे सर्व अगदी शाळेपासून महाविद्यालयापर्यंतचे विद्यार्थिनी आहेत. अतिशय चांगला प्लॅटफॉर्म आपण सर्वांना या निमित्ताने उपलब्ध झालेला आहे. पुढे येऊन चांगलं इनोव्हेशन करा आणि प्रेझेंट करताना कुठेही आत्मविश्वास कमी पडू देऊ नका. माझं इनोव्हेशन, माझी आयडिया, माझा कन्सेप्ट हा सर्वात चांगला आहे ही एक भावना ठेवून आपलं प्रेझेंटेशन करा, आपली मांडणी करा. निश्चितपणे आपल्याला यश मिळेल. या निमित्ताने मी आपण सर्व विद्यार्थ्यांना, विद्यार्थिनींना, सहभागींना शुभेच्छा देतो आणि पोटे पाटील इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेज, त्याचे सर्व संचालक, अध्यक्ष आदरणीय प्रवीणजी पोटे पाटील, सर्व संस्थांचे प्राचार्य, विभाग प्रमुख, शिक्षक, शिक्षकेतर कर्मचारी आणि विशेषतः विद्यार्थी आणि विद्यार्थिनींना त्यांच्या पुढील वाटचालीकरता शुभेच्छा देतो, त्यांचं अभिनंदन करतो आणि थांबतो. धन्यवाद.
Thank you, sir, for your invaluable words. We truly appreciate your presence with us today. As TeCHELONS has reached a moment of distinction, I request the convener of TeCHELONS 2026, Master Prayas Bansod, to grace the stage and have the honors of introducing our chief guest, a personality of great eminence, IAS Shri Swapnil Wankare.
The future belongs to those who believe in the power of learning and the courage to act. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Prayas Bansod, the convener of TeCHELONS 2026, and I warmly welcome you all to this landmark event. It is my privilege to welcome a highly respected and distinguished personality who has dedicated his career to public service and nation building. Our esteemed guest, Mr. Swapnil Wankare, is an Indian Administrative Service IAS officer, having secured an All India rank of 132 in the prestigious Civil Services examination. He is currently serving as Assistant Commissioner of Income Tax in the Ministry of Finance, Government of India. Hailing from Amravati, Maharashtra, Mr. Wankare holds a degree in engineering from Aditya Engineering College, reflecting a strong academic foundation that greatly complements his administrative excellence. Through his service in Government of India, Mr. Wankare has made meaningful contribution to governance and public administration, with a strong emphasis on effective policy implementation and ethical leadership. Known for his integrity, people-centric approach, and decisive leadership, he continues to inspire students, young professionals, and aspiring civil servants across the nation. It is now my immense honor to invite our esteemed guest, Mr. Swapnil Wankare, to kindly come forward and share his invaluable insights with us. Sir, please.
सर्वांना माझा नमस्कार. आपल्यासोबत उपस्थित श्री प्रवीण पोटे पाटिल साहेब, श्रेयस पोटे पाटिल, हमारे ग्रुप कप्तान अंगद प्रताप जी, क्योंकि वो मराठी नहीं समझते हैं, मिलिंद बराटे साहेब, हमारे आपले वाइस चांसलर, याच कॉलेजचे अल्युमनी वैभव आष्टीकर, खोडके साहेब, मंचवर उपस्थित सर्व डिग्निटरीज आणि या टेक्लॉनला उपस्थित सर्वांना माझा नमस्कार. सर्वात पहिले आल्यानंतर मला सर्वांनी पहिले हे विचारलं की तुम्ही कुठले आहे, तर मी प्राऊडली सांगतो मी अमरावतीचाच आहे. आणि मी जेव्हा सर्वात पहिले माझी पोस्टिंग झाली होती UPSCला, ती इंडियन रेव्हेन्यू सर्व्हिसमध्ये झाली होती IASच्या आधी. तेव्हा पोटे साहेबांनीच माझा सत्कार केला होता आणि तेव्हा मी 2015ला पोटे कॉलेजला आलेलो पण आहे. पण टेक्लॉनमध्ये यायचा हा पहिली वेळ आहे माझी. सुरुवात करायच्या आधी जसं वैभवने खूप चांगलं सांगितलं आहे, पण जस्ट आय शेअर माय एक्सपिरियन्स ऑल्सो की माझा जर्नी कसं होतं अँड व्हॉट काइंड ऑफ करियर यू शुड चूज अँड हाऊ यू शुड चूज. फ्यू पॉईंट्स ऑनली. 12वीपर्यंत माझं शिक्षण जवाहर नवोदय विद्यालयामध्ये झालं होतं CBSE बोर्डला. मी जेव्हा CBSE बोर्ड करत होतो तेव्हा स्टेट बोर्ड वॉज कन्सिडर्ड टू बी व्हेरी इझी अँड CBSE वॉज कन्सिडर्ड टू बी व्हेरी टफ. आणि कॉन्सिक्वेंटली मला 12वीमध्ये चांगले पर्सेंटेज नव्हते आले. न येण्याचं कारण अभ्यास न करणं पण होतं 12वीला. आणि त्यानंतर बाबांना मी एकच म्हटलं होतं की मला कसंही करून इंजिनिअरिंग द्या. त्यावेळेस तुमचं कॉलेज पण नव्हतं, कॉलेजेस खूप कमी होते. तर तेव्हा मी स्वतःच
पर्सेंटेजच्या बेसिसवर कॉलेज मिळायचं त्यावेळेस मी स्वतः जेवढे जेवढे खराब कॉलेज असेल त्यांचे नावं शोधून काढले की माझं तेवढ्याला ॲडमिशन तरी झालं पाहिजे, इंजिनिअरिंगला मला एंट्री मिळाली पाहिजे कसंही करून. तर असे सर्च करत करत मी खराबवाले पहिले टाकले आणि चांगले कॉलेज नंतर टाकले, कारण मला माहिती होतं चांगले कॉलेज मला मिळणार नाही आहे. अँड फायनली मला 12वीमध्ये फक्त 58% होते. तर फायनली समहाऊ आय गॉट वन इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेज, आदित्य इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेज. ते नवीन होतं, त्या वर्षीची माझी सेकंड बॅच होती. आय गॉट इन टू इट. बाबांनी मला तिथे कॉलेजला घेऊन गेले आणि त्यांचे प्रिन्सिपल पण होते, ते अमरावतीचे होते, झाडे सर. त्यांनी कॅबिनमध्ये बोलवलं आणि मार्क्स पाहिले माझे की 58% आहे. बोलल्यानंतर बाबाला बोलवलं आणि मला म्हटले की अभ्यास खूप करावा लागेल बरं, इंजिनिअरिंग होत नाही. तर आम्ही म्हटलं की ठीक आहे, प्रयत्न करू आम्ही. तेव्हा बाबांनी एकच मला म्हटलं होतं की फेल्युअर इज नॉट फायनल अंटिल यू कन्सिडर इट इज फायनल. पराभव तुमचा अंत नाही, जोपर्यंत तुम्ही कन्सिडर करत नाही तो तुमचा अंत आहे. मग कॉलेजमध्ये आल्यानंतर मग मी एक थेरी सर्च करायला लागलो की आपण अभ्यास का नाही करत, असं काय होतं आपल्यामध्ये की आपण अभ्यास करणं कमी करतो, किंवा जर अभ्यास केला तर आपल्याला मार्क्स का नाही येत. पहिला पॉईंट माझा हाच होता फर्स्ट इयरमध्ये प्रिपरेशन करताना की वाय वी डोंट स्टडी ऑर वाय वी डोंट टेक इंटरेस्ट इन स्टडिंग. खूप सारे पुस्तकं वाचणं चालू केले. मला एक गोष्ट लक्षात आली की तुमचं मोटिवेशन हे तुमच्या इनर फिलिंगमध्ये असतं की तुम्हाला काय बनायचं आहे. वरून जसं पोटे साहेबांनी सांगितलं की आत्यांनी म्हटलं, मामाजींनी म्हटलं, पोरांनी इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेजमध्ये ॲडमिशन घेतली, त्याच्यामध्ये पोरगा ॲडमिशनमध्ये चांगलं करेल असं नाही होत. आणि मी जेव्हा ॲडमिशन घेतली होती तेव्हा कसंही करून मला इंजिनिअरिंगमध्ये ॲडमिशन पाहिजे होती. फर्स्ट इयरमध्ये चांगली मेहनत केली, अभ्यास चांगला केलं. मला वाटत नव्हतं फर्स्ट इयरमध्ये मी पास होईल की नाही होईल सेमेस्टर. त्यावेळेस कठीण समजलं जायचं, इथून 20 वर्ष आधी. आणि जेव्हा रिझल्ट आला तेव्हा त्यावेळेस रिझल्ट ऑनलाईन येत नव्हता, लिस्ट लागत होती. तुम्ही 3 इडियटमध्ये पाहिलं असेल. 3 इडियटमध्ये तो सांगते की मेरे दोस्त का नंबर और मेरा लास्ट में आहे. तर मी घरी होतो, एक्झाम नंतर मी घरी आलो होतो. रिझल्ट आला, तिथून मी फोनवर त्याला विचारलं माझं नाव आहे काय, तर तो म्हणे वरून खालपर्यंत नाही आहे. मी म्हटलं पास शेवटी तर असेल, नाही आहे म्हणे, तुझं नाव नाही आहे. म्हणजे फर्स्ट सेमिस्टर मी फेल झालो, मला असं वाटलं. मग नंतर कॉलेजला गेलो. आता बाबांना काय सांगणार, बाबांनी एवढं म्हटलं की अभ्यास चांगला कर, होऊन जाशील तू पास, पण नाही झालं. मला असं वाटत होतं की आता सांगायचं कसं बाबांना. मी कॉलेजला गेलो. कॉलेजमध्ये नंतर मग मी ऑफिसला गेलो. ऑफिसवाले म्हटले की तुझी जी ट्रान्सफर सर्टिफिकेट आहे ते जो आली नाही आहे, त्याच्यामुळं तुझा रिझल्ट होल्ड केला आहे. तर मला असं वाटलं की आता चान्स आहे कमीत कमी पास व्हायचा, होऊ शकते की अजूनही चान्स होईल पास व्हायचा. नंतर मग मी अर्जंटमध्ये स्वतःच वापस आलो. माझं सर्टिफिकेट सर्व कलेक्ट केले, जमा केले. 3 दिवसानंतर माझा रिझल्ट आला. अँड आय वॉज सरप्राईज दॅट आय वॉज कॉलेज टॉपर ऑल्सो युनिव्हर्सिटी टॉपर. देअर आय रिअलाइज, तिथे मला एक गोष्ट कळली की फेल्युअर तेव्हा होते जेव्हा आपण कन्सिडर करतो ते फेल्युअर आहे. अदरवाईज त्याला आपण एन्हान्स करू शकतो एक नेक्स्ट लेवलला. आणि लेव्हल कधीच एंड नाही होत. यू गो ऑन गो ऑन गो ऑन गो ऑन. इंजिनिअरिंग केली मी. इंजिनिअरिंग ऑल थ्रू आउट इयर्स आय वॉज टॉपर ऑल्सो, युनिव्हर्सिटी टॉपर ऑल्सो. पण डिग्री झाल्यानंतर माझ्यासमोर एक मोठा क्वेश्चन होता. सर्व कंपनीला जेव्हा मला प्लेसमेंट पाहिजे होती, प्रत्येक कंपनीमध्ये एकच प्रॉब्लेम होता, सर्वांना 60% पाहिजे होते मिनिमम 12th क्लासमध्ये. डिग्रीमध्ये मला 75%पेक्षा जास्त होते, पण 12thमध्ये मला 60% नसल्यामुळे माझं क्वालिफिकेशन होत नव्हतं. कॅम्पसमध्ये मला मिळाली नाही. मग बाहेर कॉलेज संपल्यानंतर पुण्यात गेलो. पुण्यामध्ये 10 कंपनीचे जेव्हा एक्झाम्स जायचे त्यापैकी 9 कंपनी अलाव नव्हती करत की 60% पाहिजे म्हणून. एक कंपनी मला मिळाली जिथे मला एकच चान्स होता, जर कसंही करायचं असेल तर करायचं, नाही तर मग आपल्याला जॉब नाही मिळणार. समहाऊ प्रायव्हेट कंपनीमध्ये मला जॉब मिळाला, पटनी कम्प्युटर सिस्टीममध्ये. अँड आय स्टार्टेड माय करिअर ॲज अ सॉफ्टवेअर इंजिनियर इन मुंबई. अराउंड 3 years आय वर्क देअर. 2010-11 मध्ये रिसेशन आलं इंडियन इकॉनॉमीमध्ये. देन आय रिअलाइज की कंपनीमध्ये स्टॅबिलिटी नाही आहे. अँड देन ऑल्सो आय रिअलाइज की ठीक आहे, मजा नाही येत आहे काम करायला. आय कॉल्ड माय फादर अँड अगेन आस्क्ड की पप्पा मला मजा येत नाही आहे, इथं काही खास आहे नाही, मलाही माहीत नाही नोकरी माझी कधी जाईल कधी नाही. तर बाबाचं म्हणणं पडलं, मी तर तुला पहिल्यापासून म्हणत होतो की आपण UPSC करू शकतो. अँड that was the first time I actually thought of doing UPSC when I was already 26 years old. पूर्णपणे निघून गेल्यानंतर अभ्यास माझा जवळपास 3 वर्ष कॉलेज 3 वर्ष झालेलं होतं, स्टडीसोबत काही लिंक नव्हती. त्याच्यानंतर मग डिसाईड केलं ठीक आहे. पण बाबांनी तेव्हाही मला म्हटलं की यू कॅन डू इट बट रिसर्च कर पहिले की आपण ते करू शकतो का. आणि सर्वात पहिला माझा रिसर्च काय होता, अमरावतीमध्ये कोण झाला आहे, किती झाले आहे. आजूबाजूला माझ्या रिलेटिव्हमध्ये कोणी नव्हतं, आजूबाजूला कोणी नव्हतं. देन आमच्याच कंपनीमध्ये विचारणं चालू केलं आणि नंतर जवळपास 6 महिने वेट केल्यानंतर, कंपनीमध्येच वेट केल्यानंतर मला US विजा मिळाला. आय वॉज अबाउट टू फ्लाय ऑल्सो. H1B विजा मिळाला. त्यांनी माझी बॉन्ड करून घेतला होता जवळपास 75,000चा. पण तो बॉन्ड तोडून फायनली आय डिसाइडेड टू क्विट माय प्रायव्हेट कंपनी. आता क्विट करणं सोपं आहे, पण क्विट केल्यानंतर रिस्क इज ह्यूज. बट अनलेस यू डोंट टेक रिस्क यू कांट अचीव युअर गोल्स. बट त्याच्यामध्ये दोन्ही होती साईड. जर फेल झालं तर दुनिया काय म्हणणार, कारण तुझा जो जॉब चांगला होता, H1B विजा रेडी झाला होता. आय वॉज अबाउट टू फ्लाय. पण 15 डेज नंतर माझी तिकीट्स पण कन्फर्म केल्या होत्या कंपनीने. अँड दॅट टाईम आय डिसाइडेड टू क्विट. बिग 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 डिसिजन. सर्वजण मला म्हणायचे की आई वडील सोडून, बाकीचे म्हणायचे की कशाला, मित्र म्हणायचे की टेक डिसिजन व्हेरी केअरफुली, कारण UPSC आपल्याला माहीत नाही कसं आहे, अभ्यास कसा आहे, पाणी किती थंड आहे वरून पाहू नाही शकत, किती खोल आहे वरून पाहू नाही शकत, अच्छक तिथं पास होत नाही. देन अगेन आय रिअलाइज की लेट्स ट्राय. जास्तीत जास्त 1 वर्ष ट्राय करू आणि माहिती पडेल की UPSC करू शकतो की नाही करू शकत. जर करू शकत असेल तर आपण करू, नाही तर पुन्हा एकदा प्रायव्हेटमध्ये वापस येऊ. अँड दॅट टाईम इन 2011-12 आय स्टार्टेड माय जर्नी ऑफ UPSC सिव्हिल सर्व्हिस. जॉब सोडला, सिव्हिल सर्व्हिस सुरू केली. फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट आय क्लिअर्ड प्रिलिम्स, मेन्स आणि स्ट्रेट अवे इंटरव्ह्यूला गेलो होतो. आय वॉज फ्लाईंग हाय की प्रिलिम्स पास झालो, मेन्स पास झालो, म्हणजे माझ्यापेक्षा हुशार कोण नाही, मला असं वाटायला लागलं होतं. इंटरव्ह्यूमध्ये काही खास मार्क्स नाही आले अँड आय गॉट माय फर्स्ट फेल्युअर. फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट निघून गेला. सेकंड अटेम्प्ट मला असं वाटलं की इंटरव्ह्यूपर्यंत पोहोचलो आहे म्हणजे सेकंड अटेम्प्टमध्ये तर होते. सेकंड अटेम्प्ट अगेन प्रिलिम्स, मेन्स, इंटरव्ह्यू फेल. मग थर्ड अटेम्प्टमध्ये गेलो. थर्ड अटेम्प्टमध्ये गेल्यानंतर मग स्वतःवर डाऊट यायला लागले की खरंच आपण पास करू शकतो की नाही करू शकत. ऑलरेडी 3 वर्षाच्या जास्त झाले होते कंपनी सोडून आणि 2 एक्झाम्स क्रॉस झालेल्या होत्या. देन अगेन मी शेवटी माय सोर्स ऑफ इन्स्पिरेशन इज माय फादर. बाबांना मी म्हटलंय. त्यावेळेस मला एक गोष्ट आठवते, उन्हाळ्यात जवळपास 15 जूनच्या जवळपास आपल्या इकडे चांगली गरमी असते. मी रिझल्ट आला, दुपारचा रिझल्ट आला आणि मी माझी रूम वरच्या साईडला होती. वरच्या साईडला रूममध्ये जाऊन बसलो. संध्याकाळी मी जेवण केलं नॉर्मल आणि वर जाऊन विचार करत बसलो की का नाही झालं असेल, काय झालं असेल. जवळपास 3-4 वाजून गेले आणि 4 वाजता नंतर मी रात्रीचे 4 वाजता नंतर झोपून गेलो. सकाळी जवळपास 6:30-7ला मी खाली यायचो. सकाळी 6-6:30ला खाली यायचो. आई मला चहा वगैरे करून द्यायची. पण त्या दिवशी मी काही आलो नाही. आई वडील जोराने, कूलरचा आवाज होता, आई वडील वर आले आणि दरवाजा वाजवायला लागले, काय झालं काय नाही. पण कूलरचा आवाज आल्यामुळे आणि मला खूप जास्त वेळ झाल्यामुळे मला अंदाजा नाही आला की वाजवत कोणी. जवळपास 2-3 मिनिट वाजवलं, जोराजोराने वाजवलं, आवाज दिला. मी एकदम उठलो. त्यांना वाटलं काही केलं तर नाही आहे, 2 वर्ष फेल झालं होतं, फेल्युअरमुळे काही केलं तर नाही आहे. तर मी मम्मीला सांगितलं की काही नाही होत, काळजी नको करू, नाही झालं तर कंपनी करू. तर बाबांनी मला घेतलं आणि तेव्हा बाबांनी मला तेव्हा म्हटलं होतं की इथेच आपण एक दिवस बसू आणि म्हणू की रस्ता खूप कठीण होता पण आपण करून दाखवलं, वेट कर. मी 3ऱ्या अटेम्प्टसाठी पुन्हा गेलो. हिमतीने गेलो पुन्हा की ठीक आहे, लेट्स से फेल्युअर इज नॉट फायनल अंटिल यू डिसाइड इट इज अ फायनल. मी पुन्हा एकदा सुरुवात केली अँड थर्ड अटेम्प्टमध्ये मग शेवटी फायनली आय गॉट इन टू इंडियन रेव्हेन्यू सर्व्हिस फर्स्ट टाइम. आय गॉट इन टू रँक. बाबांनी मला पुन्हा, तेव्हा जूनच्या महिन्यात रिझल्ट आला होता आणि बाबांनी मला तेव्हा पुन्हा म्हटलं होतं की मी तुला म्हटलं होतं एक दिवस आपण इथंच बसून म्हणू की रोड वॉज डिफिकल्ट बट वी डीड इट. आणि त्याच्यानंतर मग पुन्हा मी म्हटले बाबांना की दिस इज अगेन नॉट फायनल, IRS इज नॉट फायनल, आपल्याला अजून समोर द्यायचं आहे. तर माझी आई प्रेमाने म्हणायची बस झालं आता, जेवढं आहे तेवढं खूप आहे. पण मी म्हटलं आई एक अजून अटेम्प्ट. अगेन आय वेंट टू नेक्स्ट अटेम्प्ट अँड फायनली आय गॉट इन टू इंडियन administrative service as a IAS. Now, see, I have gone through different careers. Private company मध्ये जॉब केला, स्ट्रगल तिथेही केलं जिथे मला काही कंपनीने अलाव नाही केलं, आणि नंतर मग सिव्हिल सर्व्हिसमध्येही मी गेलो. सिव्हिल सर्व्हिसमध्ये फेल्युअर पाहिले, सक्सेस पाहिले. व्हॉट आय वॉन्ट टू से इज ऑलवेज बी रेडी टू फेस फेल्युअर्स. ज्याच्यामध्ये फेल्युअर फेस करण्याची क्षमता असतं तो समोर जायला नाही घाबरत. टुडे विथ सोशल मीडिया अँड इंटरनेट इन्फ्लुएन्स असं झालं आहे की एव्हरीवन वॉन्ट्स क्विक सक्सेस, इमिडिएट. मला पहिल्या अटेम्प्टमध्ये पास करायचं आहे, मला 10व्या वर्गात 97%, 99%, 99च्या ऐवजी 98 झालं तर तो फाशी घेऊन घेतो उद्या. एव्हरीवन वॉन्ट्स क्विक सक्सेस. डिअर फ्रेंड्स, लाईफमध्ये क्विक सक्सेस येत नाही. ते आपल्या धर्मग्रंथात म्हण पण आहे की भाग्य से ज़्यादा और समय से पहले किसी को कुछ नहीं मिलता, आप कुछ भी करके देखिए. आणि प्रत्येक गोष्टीला वेळ लागतो. पण आपल्यामध्ये ते आता टेंडन्सी आली आहे की 2 मिनिटाचे रील्स, 1 मिनिटाचे रील्स आणि शॉर्ट्स पाहून मला आता क्विक सक्सेस पाहिजे, फास्ट. 6 महिने मी अभ्यास करणार, जर झालं तर झालं, नाही तर बाहेर येणार. हाऊ इज इट पॉसिबल? सरांनी सांगितलं की आपण स्टार्टअप करायला पाहिजे. अँड आय स्ट्रॉंगली बिलीव्ह नॉट जॉब्स, स्टार्टअप. आपण स्टार्टअप करायला पाहिजे. पण स्टार्टअपसाठी सर्वजण काय विचार करतात? आपले मराठी पाटील माणसं म्हणजे आपले महाराष्ट्रीयन माणसं, इट्स नॉट अबाउट कास्ट. दुकान टाकणार, 1 वर्ष जर चाललं नाही तर दुकान बंद. कोणता बिझनेस विचार करणार, कस्टमर नाही आले, बिझनेस बंद. किती सारे आम्ही पाहिले आहे. सो फर्स्ट we have to learn that in any career, you want to go defense, you want to go into software, you want to go for self business, patience is must. Giving time, वेळ द्यावं लागेल. वेळ खूप महत्वाचा आहे. अक्कलदाढ आपल्याला येते एक, ऍक्च्युली ती अक्कलदाढ 25 नंतरच येते. माणसाला ऍक्च्युअल समजायला लागते 25 नंतर की करायचं काय बरोबर. पण एज्युकेशन सिस्टीम आपली एज्युकेशन एंड करते 22व्या वर्षी. 22 ते 25च्या मधात डिसिजन खूप वेळा चुकीच्या घेतल्या जातात आणि तिथंच माणूस गडबडतो. माझ्यासोबत तसंच झालं. आय वॉज लकी इनफ. अंगद साहेबांनी मला विचारलंय की यू आर IAS, दॅट मीन्स यू मस्ट हॅव डन हार्ड वर्क. आय सेड नो, आय माइट हॅव डन हार्ड वर्क, आय माइट हॅव बीन क्वाईट इंटेलिजंट ऑल्सो, बट स्लाइस ऑफ लक, देवाची कृपा असणं गरजेचं आहे. स्लाइस ऑफ लक नसेल तर कोणी काही नाही होऊ शकत. माझ्यापेक्षा जास्त हुशार लोक आहेत जे IAS नाही बनवू शकले आहे. बट गॉड ऑल्सो लुक्स फॉर द पेशन्स, की एक व्यक्ती पेशन्स किती ठेवतो आणि किती वेळा प्रयत्न करतो. किती वेळा, जितके वेळा तुम्ही प्रयत्न करणार तितके वेळा तुमचे चान्सेस अजून वाजते वर जायचे. नन्ही चीटी जब दाना लेके चढ़ती है 100 बार गिरती है, ना गिरना उसको अखरता है, ना चढ़ना उसको अखरता है, आखिरकार वो पार करती है, क्योंकि कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती. वन मोर थिंग मला इथे सांगायचं आहे. वी आर इन टेक्लॉन. आपली जी क्रिएटिव्हिटी आहे, टेक्लॉन नीड क्रिएटिव्हिटी. टेक्नॉलॉजी नीड्स क्रिएटिव्हिटी, स्टार्टअप नीड्स क्रिएटिव्हिटी, इवन जॉब नीड्स क्रिएटिव्हिटी. क्रिएट व्हॉट एक्झॅक्टली क्रिएटिव्हिटी नीड्स. कोणत्याही व्यक्ती क्रिएटिव्ह कधी होतो? व्हेन ही गेट्स बोर्ड. बोर जेव्हा होतो. बोर कधी होईल? जेव्हा मोबाईल दूर राहील. डिस्ट्रॅक्शन, 2 मिनिटाचा रील पाहणं, 1 मिनिटाचा रील पाहणं, वी ऑलवेज थिंक इट इज अ स्मॉल डिस्ट्रॅक्शन. द प्राइज इज स्मॉल, बट वी कॉम्प्रोमाइज बिग ड्रीम्स. स्टार्टअपसाठी तुम्हाला स्टार्टअप असू द्या, कोणतेही नवीन जॉब असू द्या, UPSC MPSC प्रिपरेशन असू द्या, कोणतेही, यू नीड लॉट ऑफ थिंकिंग ऑन युअर सेल्फ, की आपण काय करायला पाहिजे, कसं जायला पाहिजे, कसा रस्ता काढायला पाहिजे. इट्स नॉट इझी. मी जर UPSC एका अँगलने झालो असेल तर दुसऱ्या अँगलने होते, तिसऱ्या अँगलने होते, चौथ्या विषयाने होते, 5वा दुसऱ्या वेने होते. कोणी नोट्स काढून पास होतं, कोणी फक्त रीडिंग करून पास होतं. प्रत्येकाचं वेगळं आहे. पण प्रत्येकाचा वेगळा कधी डिसाईड होईल, जेव्हा स्वतःवर विचार करावा लागेल. स्वतःचा विचार कधी होईल, जेव्हा तुम्ही स्वतः बोर व्हाल. पण आज काय झालं आहे, वी डोंट गेट टाइम टू बोर अवर सेल्फ. आपल्याला बोर व्हायला टाइमच नाही आहे. जर वेळ असेल तर आपण पटकन नेटफ्लिक्स ओपन करणार, रील्स फेसबुक वगैरे तर आहेच आहे, बट दॅट इज किलिंग अवर क्रिएटिव्हिटी अँड दॅट इज किलिंग अवर ड्रीम्स. वी नीड टू थिंक अपॉन. टेक्लॉनमध्ये खूप हा पॉईंट मला आवर्जून सांगायचा आहे की बोर होणं खूप महत्त्वाचं आहे. थ्रो अवे एव्हरीथिंग अँड जस्ट सिट फॉर 3 minutes 4 minutes पर डे. जस्ट सिट, डोंट थिंक. गाडीने ट्रॅव्हल करत आहे, डोंट लिसन टू सॉंग्स, लेट द थॉट कम्स टू यू. गाडी तुम्ही कुठं बसने जात आहे, गाडीने जात आहे, विचार येऊ दे तुमच्या मनात. ते विचार तुम्हाला समोर नेतील, कारण ते विचार तुम्हाला पुश करतात की करायला काय पाहिजे, तुमची स्ट्रेंथ काय आहे, तुमचे विकनेस काय आहे. अदरवाईज कोणी काय म्हटलं, तुमची स्ट्रेंथ हे आहे, तुमची विकनेस हे आहे, हे पुस्तक वाचा, हा बिझनेस टाका, हे असं करा, त्याच्यात नाही होऊ शकत. वी नीड टू फाइंड आउट अवर स्ट्रेंथ. आणि आपले स्ट्रेंथ आपल्या क्रिएटिव्हिटीमधून येतं. आणि क्रिएटिव्हिटी फक्त टाईम मागतं, वेळ मागतं. सो गिव्ह इट अ टाईम. अनदर थिंग विच आय वुड लाईक टू एम्फसाइज इज डिसिप्लिन. एव्हरीवन नोज डिसिप्लिन. सर्वांना माहिती आहे डिसिप्लिन काय आहे. व्हॉट आय वॉन्ट इज बी डिसिप्लिन वेन नो वन इज वॉचिंग यू. जेव्हा कोणी तुम्हाला पाहत नाही आहे तेव्हा जर तुम्ही डिसिप्लिन असता तर तुमचं सेल्फ वर्थ वाढतं. सेल्फ वर्थ वाढलं, तुमचा कॉन्फिडन्स वाढतं. कॉन्फिडन्स वाढलं तर यू कॅन डिसाईड दॅट यू कॅन विन. प्रॉब्लेम हा होतो की सर्वजण डिसिप्लिन फक्त दाखवण्यासाठी करतात, की सकाळी 6 वाजता बाबांनी म्हटलं पाहिजे, हां माझा मुलगा सकाळी 6ला उठते, कोचिंग क्लासला बरोबर जातो, टाईमवर येतो, दाखवासाठी करतो सर्व. वेन यू स्टार्ट हॅव्हिंग डिसिप्लिन विदिन युअर सेल्फ, वेन नो वन इज वॉचिंग, देन यू आर ॲक्च्युअली डिसिप्लिन पर्सन. कारण ते तुमची सेल्फ वर्थ वाढवतं. स्वतःबद्दलचा जो आदर आहे, आत्मसन्मान आहे, तो वाढवतं. आणि तो डिसाईड करतो की वेदर वी आर गोइंग टू विन ऑर नॉट, वी आर गोइंग टू कॉन्कर दिस वर्ल्ड ऑर नॉट. अदरवाईज फक्त बाकीच्या दुनियाला दाखवासाठी, बाकीच्या दुनियाप्रमाणे चालायसाठी आपण समोर जातो. अँड वी एंड अप इन बिईंग अ नॉर्मल पर्सन, व्हेरी ॲव्हरेज. बिईंग ॲव्हरेज इज नॉट रॉंग, पण ॲटलिस्ट तुम्हाला जे करायचं आहे ते तर केलं पाहिजे. अँड विथ डिसिप्लिन वी ऑल्सो से कन्सिस्टन्सी. आपली आर्मी जरी सुट्टीवर असेल, सुट्टीवर म्हणजे जरी वॉरमध्ये नसेल, ते दे कंटिन्युअली कीप प्रॅक्टिसिंग. यू नो ऑल. त्यांची फायरिंग कंटिन्यू चालू असतं. कॅप्टन आपले इथं बसले, त्यांना माहिती आहे. वाय दे कीप ऑन डुईंग वेन दे आर नॉट इन वॉर. पळणं चालू असते, गन प्रॅक्टिस चालू असते, सर्व काही फायरिंग चालू असते, कंटिन्यू चालू असतं. का? बिकॉज वी ऑल्सो नो, आर्मी ऑल्सो नो दॅट being consistent is very important. You are a hardworking person, you think you can do it, but you are not consistent enough, then probably you will not conquer or achieve what you want. It takes time. कारण जरी मी इथे हात स्लोली मारत म्हटलं, पण मी कंटिन्यू मारत आहे, हा लाकूड तुटणार. बट मी याला 10 वेळा मारलं आणि सोडलं, पुन्हा 10 वेळा मारलं आणि सोडलं, हा लाकूड नाही तुटणार. द रिझन इज कन्सिस्टन्सी हॅज इट्स इफेक्ट ऑन एव्हरीथिंग. स्लोली प्रोग्रेस येणार आणि प्रोग्रेसच तुम्हाला कॉन्फिडन्स देणार. स्मॉल प्रोग्रेस. प्रत्येकाला वाटतं की मी जेव्हा मी पहिला अटेम्प्ट देईल, किंवा प्रत्येकाला वाटतं मी जेव्हा प्रॅक्टिस टेस्टची ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह एक्झाम देईल, पहिल्या एक्झाममध्येच मला, प्रॅक्टिस टेस्टमध्येच मला चांगले मार्क्स मिळाले पाहिजे. नाही मिळत. Don't even expect. But out of 100, if you are getting 20, tomorrow you expect 22, 24, 26. Don't expect suddenly 50. कारण ते तुमचं ओव्हर एक्सपेक्टेशन तुम्हाला स्ट्रेस क्रिएट करेल, and then you will feel that you are not capable enough to win it. And that is why small progress is more important than big achievements. Celebrate that progress, and small progress needs consistency, and that consistency needs discipline when no one is watching you. Then only you can feel that I will win, I can win. प्रत्येकाला माहीत असतं तुम्ही होणार आहे की नाही होणार आहे, इंजिनिअरिंग तुम्ही होणार आहे की नाही होणार आहे, कंपनीमध्ये माझं प्लेसमेंट होणार आहे की नाही होणार आहे, प्रत्येकाला माहीत असतं. बट वी कॅन डिफाय अवर थॉट्स ओनली अँड ओनली वेन वी थिंक वी कॅन. अँड आपला कॉन्फिडन्स फक्त आपल्या कन्सिस्टन्सी आणि डिसिप्लिनमधून येतो. करिअर everyone has to choose. There is no good or bad career. I never say it. Even being collector, I say it is a job. Career you have to choose. Every career is good provided you like it. मी एका जागी पाहिलं होतं, इट्स ब्लेसिंग की मला थकणं त्या जॉबमधून ज्या जॉबला मी नेहमी प्रिफर केलं होतं ते थकणंही चांगलं आहे. यापेक्षा की मला काम करायला आवडत नाही पण काम काही नाही आहे. म्हणजे तुम्हाला जो पण करिअर करायचा तो करा. अँड आय विल ऑलवेज प्रीच, विल से स्टार्टअपवर जा. टेक्लॉन इज अ गुड इव्हेंट वेअर यू कॅन थिंक अबाउट स्टार्टअप्स. गुजरात आपल्यापेक्षा खूप समोर गेला आहे इन टर्म्स ऑफ द इकॉनॉमिक डेव्हलपमेंट. तमिळनाडू इज गोइंग व्हेरी फास्ट अहेड ऑफ महाराष्ट्र. Just because they have more entrepreneurs. And once again, जसं UPSC साठी 3 ते 4 वर्ष लागू शकते. To develop an entrepreneurship, you will need 3 to 4 years and equal dedication like you need in UPSC. पण स्टार्टअप साठी डेडिकेशन देणं आपल्याला होत नाही. सर्वजण पहिल्या दुसऱ्या वर्षातच संपवतात आणि मात्र UPSC साठी 4-4 वर्ष द्यायला तयार होतात. पैसा UPSC MPSC मध्ये जास्त जाईल पण स्टार्टअप साठी कोणी पैसा द्यायला आई बाबाही द्यायला तयार होत नाही. But we all should work on startups, business. आणि बिझनेसच आहे की जे फक्त आपली पिढी नाही आपल्या समोरच्याही पिढ्या सेक्युअर करू शकतं. मला इथे बोलवलं त्याबद्दल पोटे कॉलेजचं, पोटे साहेबांचं खूप खूप धन्यवाद. अँड आय होप की 2 ते 3 पॉईंट्स जर नक्कीच मी तुम्हाला सांगू शकलो असेल ज्याच्यामध्ये एक तुमच्यामध्ये कॉन्फिडन्स तयार झाला असेल किंवा होईल. बट एक गोष्ट जी तुम्हाला नाही विसरायची आहे ते आहे डोंट फील वीक. स्वामी विवेकानंदांनी म्हटलं आहे वीकनेस इज अ सिन. स्वतःला वीक फील करणं हे एक अभिशाप आहे, शाप आहे. डोंट फील वीक. इफ यू फील स्ट्रॉंग इट्स इनर स्ट्रेंथ. इफ यू फील स्ट्रॉंग यू विल विन. विथ दिस थॉट आय अगेन congratulate all of you and wish you all the best. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for such a profound and thought-provoking address. Your determination has truly encouraged us to think bigger and aim higher. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to you, sir, for taking the time to be with us and for sharing your invaluable experience and wisdom. I request all the respected dignitaries to please come off the dais and have their respective seats on the sofa at the front. I am Ankita Nivalkar, the convener of TeCHELONS 2026. It is my privilege to welcome the second guest of honor for today, a personality with an extraordinary and inspiring journey. Group Captain Angad Pratap, a distinguished fighter pilot who has flown frontline combat aircraft such as the MiG-21 Bison and the Sukhoi 30. He is a flying instructor as well as an experimental test pilot, and notably has trained India's very first batch of female fighter pilots. He has been closely associated with some of India's most critical defense milestones, being a part of the first test launch of the BrahMos air version missile, test firing India's first anti-radiation missile Rudram 1. Adding to his remarkable journey, he has undergone 14 months of training at GCTC Moscow with over 2,300 flying hours. He has also completed 6 different types of survival training in India and abroad. His achievements extend well beyond aviation. He is an Ironman, having successfully completed the full Ironman Triathlon 2023 at Subic Bay, Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, we are truly honored to have with us a leader, a warrior, a scholar, and an embodiment of discipline and perseverance. With great respect, I now invite Group Captain Angad Pratap to please take the stage and address the public. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I would like to thank Mr. Praveen, Mr. Shreyas, and the PR Pote Patil group for having invited me for this prestigious function. It's really great to be here at Amravati. I had never imagined that I'm going to see such a large crowd in a tier 2 city like Amravati. So it speaks a lot about the vision of Mr. Praveen. Really, I mean, it's really heartening to see the kind of good work which is happening in the domain of education here at Amravati, tapping into the local potential and making them reach the global stage. I intend to speak for about an hour plus, so please bear with me. I don't intend to take too much of your time. And again, at the outset, let me inform you that I'm still an astronaut designate. I have not yet traveled to space myself. And whatever little bit of life experiences that I have, I would try to share those with you, notwithstanding the dignitaries and the guests, the teachers, and all of us here, in fact, have something or the other to share with each other from our little life story. So just because I have the mic today with me, that doesn't make me any more intelligent in the domain of life lessons than any one of you. So I'll just share my bit today, that's all. Before I start, I have to mention this, that it was an excellent speech by Mr. Swapnil, although I couldn't understand 50% of it, but a lot of the Marathi, I was able to get the flavor. And let's give a big round of applause to him, please. I mean, the kind of perspectives he shared, I think 20 to 30% of those similar perspectives even I'm going to talk about. Okay, so without wasting any further time, we'll start. Okay, the flow for today's talk would be, I'll talk a bit about education, in which in the initial part of the thing, I will be addressing primarily to the college and the school administration and the teachers as to what are the kind of expectations from the industry when it comes to the universities and the school education system, the kind of handshake we want, how do we want you to prepare the students. Then I'll quickly switch over to astronaut training a bit, then I'll cover a bit about space, talk about life lessons as to how to pursue life goals, my perspective on it. In fact, I've sort of Okay, and in the end, I'll wrap up by covering a little bit or two about things from my own life if somebody can get motivated from those. Yeah. So education being part one, we'll quickly go. First of all, let's put our hands together for all the educators, professors, and academicians across India. They are the reason why we are here, including me standing here. Yeah. Okay, I'll talk about, can we have the video? Okay, yeah, thanks. So, I'll talk about Dr. Satish Dhawan, the man, the legend, one of the iconic scientists on the shoulders of which the Indian Space Research Organization stands today. Let us look at his academic qualifications. Speaks a lot, right? So it is on the shoulders of people like these. I mean, I would have loved to meet a man who was this much knowledgeable, you know. It would have been really great. But notwithstanding only, limiting his achievements to the academic domain, let's talk about his leadership skills. So in 1979, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who used to work for the Indian Space Research Organization at that time, explained that when he was himself the director of a satellite launch vehicle, the mission failed to launch the satellite in the orbit. Instead, it had to be intentionally crashed into the Bay of Bengal. Dr. Abdul Kalam's team knew that there was a leakage in the fuel system, but they hoped that the leakage would be negligible, and therefore they hoped there would be enough fuel in the system, in fact. This very miscalculation eventually led to the mission's failure. Dr. Satish Dhawan, being chairman ISRO at the time, called Dr. Abdul Kalam and conveyed this to the press. We failed, but I have very strong trust in my team, and I believe that next time we will definitely succeed. This surprised Abdul Kalam ji, as the blame of the failure was entirely taken by the chairman of ISRO, who was Dr. Satish Dhawan at that time. However, the very next year, the next mission was prepared and launched successfully, that is in 1980. When it succeeded, Dr. Satish Dhawan told Dr. Abdul Kalam to attend the press meet without his presence. It was observed that when the team failed, he individually took all the blame, but when the team succeeded, he attributed the success to his team, thus portraying the picture of an ideal leader. So I would really request all of you to put your hands together for such a great person, a visionary, and it is because of people like these that a person, an Indian, is able to wear this jacket and stand in front of you and say that, yes, one day I will go to space sitting on top of a launch vehicle inside an Indian spacecraft. Okay, we'll move forwards. Okay, now we'll talk a bit about literacy and education connected with attitude, skills, knowledge at a big picture level. Let us understand what is literacy and what is education. A lot of us have got very, limited or incorrect perspective of these two terminologies. When it comes to literacy, literacy opens the door to learning. But when it comes to education, education is about the entire energy, fostering actual thinking, critical thinking, character, and application of knowledge for personal growth and societal contribution. So, literacy is the small subset inside the bigger umbrella term of education. And we, having gotten here together, all the academicians, educationists, professors, teachers, we really need to think, are we doing literacy or are we imparting literacy or are we imparting education? That's a very, very important thing to think about. Okay, we'll quickly move forward. Before I talk, I'll talk a bit about myself, my background. Will also give you a little bit of insight into what it goes in, what goes into in making an astronaut. So academic aspects, I'm an experimental test pilot, very, very deep theoretical background on the topics that I show here. I can easily talk continuously without any reference to any of the slides for 9 to 10 hours on these topics. That is the kind of expertise. Maybe 3 hours on the next ones. Strong math and physics background, of course, calculus, linear algebra, and statistics. I have the bedrock of this is the MTech curriculum that we undergo in flight test techniques as part of the experimental test pilot program. It's the toughest course in the Indian Air Force. Also trained on in-flight experimental techniques on multiple aircraft for aerospace performance evaluation and a lot of things. Was part of the BrahMos and the NGRM launches, DRDO low drag bomb, electronic warfare. So I've done a lot of in-flight experimentation and taking forward electronic warfare in India on various fighter aircraft. HMI assessment. Okay, trained at NASA as a test pilot and in Russia as well as the European Space Agency as an astronaut. Got 2350 hours across 19 different types. Formally trained on simulators, air-to-air refueling, smart weapons, a lot of other things. Real-world experience of a lot of scenarios in which I would have probably lost my life. 4 of them are shown here with the chronology. Military aspects, 6 survival training courses in India and abroad. Judged best survivor in the toughest of those. Camp rovers, toughest, scuba diver, skydiver, marathoner, blah, 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 blah. So I'll not talk about that, yeah. So we'll move forward. And yeah, I do take pride in training India's first female fighter pilots as a flying instructor around 8 years ago. Or rather, now it's 226, so it's 10 years ago, yeah. Okay, now we'll have a look at what each of the organizations that have been a part of in the military or otherwise, what is the kind of motto or attitude building that they have done. We'll just look at the motto which is there on top. If you see, I served at the National Defense Academy, got trained there for 3 years. Service before self, seva parmo dharmaha. You can become literate, but how you will apply the literacy that you gain is decided by the attitude and the value systems that you build. It is the attitude and the value systems which are far more important than probably the literacy part. Air Force Academy, Shram se Siddhi, achievement through diligence. Being programmed that, okay, whatever resources you have, whatever potential we have built into you, this is the algorithm that you will apply when you have to use it. Okay, when it comes to the test pilot thing, the greater the difficulty, the more the glory in surmounting it. Okay, that is the kind of attitude. So Mr. Swapnil also talked about reels and today's generation talking about, oh, I'll go for easy and all that. Real life is not supposed to be about easy. It's always about choosing the harder choices. Of course, in the mountaineering, climb the mountain to plant your flag, to embrace the challenge, enjoy the air and behold the view. Climb it so that you can see the world, not so the world can see you. So don't try to become big in or with an aim to achieve self-glorification. Okay? And lastly, one of the best that I find when I was doing the flying instructor's course, knowledge when imparted multiplies, knowledge when held back diminishes. Okay? Attitude, skills, knowledge. Always in that order. If you have the right attitude first, build the right attitude. Then real life skills. And it is only afterwards that the knowledge comes. It's not only what the military says, there's a big triangle of success. When we talk about attitudes, we talk about self-motivation, self-confidence, integrity, honesty. If these qualities are absent, there is no use of being an intelligent person. I mean, I can have a superiorly intelligent person without the right attitude, but an average to high average guy who has the good attitude, skills, and positive attitude and value systems, the second person will always outshine the first guy. We'll quickly cover the astronaut training. So when we put that same model of attitude, skills, and knowledge, look at that. In the order of importance, the core qualities required for becoming an astronaut, honesty and integrity is the first thing. Stress-taking capability or resilience, team person, leadership as well as followership. These are all talking about the attitude of a person. Then, what are the cognitive skill sets that you have? What is the skilled knowledge set that you have? Not the random, theoretical, bookish knowledge. And it is after that that the core academic knowledge set comes. It is not that core academics is not important. That is in fact the bedrock on which everything else is built in terms of your capabilities. But yes, attitude, skills and knowledge is what I'm hinting at. Let's see, these are the various astronaut training verticals. If you see on the left side, we have the core astronautics theory. We can see in this slide the Russian spacecraft Soyuz systems training. These two verticals are the only one which are academic in nature. Rest everything falls in the domain of skills as well as requirement of a particular kind of attitude to be accomplished. If I go on to the next page, again it's all about skills. Okay. So attitude building, yes, education inherently includes attitude building as a core component, going beyond just imparting knowledge and skills. Primary goal of education is holistic development, which involves fostering positive attitudes, values and behaviors essential for personal growth and societal well-being. So it's a shared responsibility amongst teachers, parents and students, and it is ultimately education's true measure is often reflected not just in academic achievements but in the attitude and behavior and individual displays in real life. Now I'll just talk a bit about the current university level Indian education system, an honest analysis and a positive one. Briefly I'll touch about the school education system as well. Okay, why India lacks in technology? Okay, we are in a way following a model which is repeatedly telling us to do rote learning versus innovative learning or critical thinking and creativity. The curricula is relatively becoming outdated compared to what the other countries are following. Okay, so there has to be an industry handshake between the universities and the industry as to what is the real world requirement vis-a-vis what we are teaching in the universities. Theory versus practice, there is an overemphasis on foundational theory with insufficient hands-on projects, labs and experiential learning. Of course, I'm not throwing pointers at people, see, aap log ye nahi kar rahe, aap log wo nahi kar rahe. Obviously, there is a lot of things which are already in the pipeline and we are on the way to including all these reforms. The national education policy is in place. Okay. Slow to adapt curricula often don't incorporate cutting edge technologies like AI, IoT, machine learning or blockchain quickly enough. We will talk only in textbooks, but we will not teach actual on-hand skills related to these. There's an industry disconnect. A significant gap exists between what's taught and the skills required by modern industries. So when the person reaches the industry, he starts actually training and the industry realizes, oh, he has a good level of education from top university, but I still have to train him further to make him available enough to work for me. So heavy focus in theory, lag behind rapid tech advancements like AI, data science, lack of practical skills do not meet current industry demands, and there are natural employability issues as a result. There's too much of pure sciences and maths with no clear idea of their relevance to applications. There has to be relevance created. Too little emphasis is given on experiments, practical demos and OGT, whereas that's the core work profile for any professional. Okay, if you see the engineering education focus in India, there is great level of emphasis on theory, 40%. But if you see USA, Europe and Japan, that comes down to 20 to 25%. Also, look at the research ecosystem. In India, it is government funded by 55%. So this is not a point for the educationists. This is a point for the industry, that it is in fact the industry abroad which is fueling R&D. Okay, we'll skip this particular slide. Okay, R&D intensity is nearly 3 times more in global companies than Indian ones. Research and development in Indian companies is significantly lower, with foreign companies exhibiting 12 to 13 times more R&D. There is some glitch. Okay, But notwithstanding, India is one country which is indicating a growth or the highest growth anywhere in the world when it comes to R&D. Okay. So we'll move forwards. Yeah. And all of this information that I have shared with you, these are not my personal views. This is a document by Engineering Council of India. This was released back in 2012. There is an after document as well, which talks about the same problems which face our current education system. This is a second document released by AICTE, Engineering Education in India, short and medium term perspectives. And you as a university have a huge role to ensure that this kind of change is coming at a faster pace. What I can already see that a lot is already going on at your university, and it is truly, truly commendable. So I'm not here to criticize, but I'm just trying to do a hand-holding kind of a thing, wherein I'm trying to tell you that this is what is in fact to be done. How many of us know about this organization? Please raise your hand. Nobody? So at the school level, this organization called the Indian Association of Physics Teachers conducts the only examination which opens the door to the Homi Bhabha Center for Science Education, the only government Olympiad that we have in India. Okay, it has got 5 levels, and if you crack that, you are in the top 200 to 300 students in the country who have the best grasp on how effective research and development is done in the domain of science. How will you actually make stuff, something which falls in the domain of system engineering? It's such an undersubscribed exam. The name of the examination is National Standard Examination in Junior Science. But it's very unfortunate that most of us don't know about this examination, and we are very happy going to easier examinations like Silver Zone, like SOF Olympiad, and getting a gold medal out of it, wherein actually there is no real development. So we will try and understand what this exam is all about. Let's see how NSEJS finalists from our country perform internationally. So it's the toughest junior science exam in India. Okay, when you're in grade 8 and 9, you're supposed to take this examination, and the syllabus goes up to grade 10. Performance at IJSO International, India is consistently one of the top 3 teams in the world. India almost always wins 6 gold medals or 5 gold plus 1 silver, which is indicating that we have the potential. Among the highest, in fact, in the theory papers. Do foreign countries have students with better experiments, projects, and demos? Yes, in general. Why? More early exposure to hands-on labs, more research-style projects, access to maker spaces, science fairs, personal research projects, and mentorship. I think there is a glitch here. Can you please change the slide? Okay. So we'll go back. So this does not mean they are stronger in theory, but it does mean they show higher creativity, better experimental intuition, and stronger communication and presentation of science. This we are talking about the foreign students. So what is the difference? Indian Olympiad finalists are exceptionally strong in physics, chemistry, biology, theory, very fast problem solvers, do extremely well in theoretical exams internationally, theoretical exams. Foreign students, average top tier, more comfortable with designing experiments, better documentation, science fairs, project presentations, higher exposure to inquiry-based labs. And please, ladies and gentlemen, please understand that if we want India to become a developed nation by 2047, it is these same very children who will produce technology in the country. But for that, the concept, the seed has to be sown at school level, not after they reach the place of work, that mindset. Okay, so India, so what is the result? India is in fact often one of the strongest, sometimes the strongest. Okay, but how is it like that? because the NSEJS format is taking these students away, sending them to the Homi Bhabha Center for Science Education, training them along those international lines, and then sending them abroad to face the students who will be competing against them on those international patterns. So why foreign kids? Okay, this we have already seen. In India, project culture is weak, labs are often outdated or demo-based. Students rarely design their own experiments until later, and focus leans towards rote and exams until class 10th. Final summary, do NSEJS finalists fare well internationally? Yes, among the best in the world, especially in theory from India. I would like to give an example. The 4 astronauts from India, we went all the way to Russia. They used to ask us this much, we used to tell them this much. Because our academic background is such, we will read everything which is there under the sun. Okay, do foreign countries have more students with stronger experimental projects? Yes, on average, foreign students receive more early experimental exposure and project-driven learning. Does this harm India in international Olympiads? Not significantly, because Indian training camps compensate for the Indian education system, follow the international education system, and Indian students are exceptionally strong in theory any which ways. So you can understand, it becomes like a combination, combo offer. So the current system, the gap is visible in lower rates of school level patents. I would like a raise of hands from the school students or the teachers or the university people who are here as to how many of patents have you applied for? I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 hands there. Okay, 3 more people decided that we should also raise our hands. Not many though, yeah? Okay, but it's commendable nonetheless. So, but here's the truth. Things are not bad. Things are improving. I'm not here as a crib session. The NEP 2020 is pushing a lot of agenda across. India is now shifting direction slowly but seriously. But you have got a major role to play in it. Okay, final answer. Today, yes, Indian education is still more competition driven than innovation driven. Tomorrow, the system is transitioning towards creativity, research, and conceptual depth, but the pace varies widely. Certain additionals, please concentrate on importance of visualization through books. You can only disseminate kilobytes of data. One 400-page book is just about 250 to 400 kilobytes. But one short video of 3 minutes is 1 GB. The human brain is designed to use vision as the maximum or the major sensor for processing information. Its capability is, in fact, to process megabytes of information per second, but we rely first on books. Books are not bad. Books are essential, but you need to utilize visualization as a trigger, as a tool. Importance of native language learning, okay, that we've already seen, that it is the wiring of the person is done as far as his understanding is concerned in the native language of the person. So try and disseminate difficult concepts in the native language. Even when I try and understand mathematics, concepts of physics, complicated flying maneuvers, and I talk to myself in Hindi, I understand like this. But when I do it in English, that's not my mother tongue. And in fact, not a scientific language or as scientific language as the Indian languages are. There has to be a migration from mark-centric approach to deep learning approach. So when I became an instructor, my concern was only this, that when my pupil comes to me and he asks me, sir, what is this, what is that? He's not going to base those questions on the exam, the written exam that I'm giving. It's going to be a real world question. So my knowledge also needs to be complete and real world. So I left, I reached the flying instructor school, the first exam that I gave, I topped it. And then I realized that the knowledge that I got from topping the exam was not real knowledge. So I started investing more time in a deeper learning approach. Creativity potential, please remember, I've done about 100 outreach events in the last 1.5 years. In all those 100 events, I've seen the class 3 to class 7 students have the maximum neural activity. They'll ask me all sorts of very complicated questions कि rocket कैसे जाता है, कितना fuel होता है, stage separation क्यों होती है, moon पे gravity कम है. But it's all the 10th and 12th who will ask me for life lessons, which is straight away indicating that the thinking potential or the cognitive activity is more in that age group. Trust those students, expose them more at a subtle level. They can, give out much more than what they are being subjected to. And you learn by watching. Pilots learn practical skills by seeing instructors demonstrate and replicating. It's a human instinct. Reading and then practically replicating is difficult. Please allow your teachers, professors, do an industry handshake. Go see what is there happening in the industry. The teacher does 2 or 3 months of stint or a 2-week kind of capsule program or a workshop. कि real world में क्या हो रहा है, and then he or she comes back and connects the academics that he or she is teaching. It gives a different perspective altogether. I'll talk about the Space Odyssey. May I have these set of lights off so that I can play the video and the video is visible. So while we traverse to the video, there's an aerospace trivia which is waiting for all of you. If you have an astronaut on stage, he's going to ask you questions. You are not the only one who will ask me questions, right? So the question is very, very fairly simple. What is there in the emptiness of space? Can we have the lights for the... Can we have the lights off? Yeah. For the 2 projectors? Yeah. Okay. What is there in the emptiness of space? I'll show you this thing also. Oh. So now you can see. I'm simulating space is there. What is there in space? Apart from the emptiness. Anyone? Something, at least. Okay, no problem. So we have a video which will explain what is there in the emptiness of space. I hope the audio is working.
Like a distorted fabric, woven with space and time, the mesh of the universe curves and bends. It is in constant evolution. Along these geometric turmoils drift rays of light, revealing the invisible, space-time.
So how many of us knew this concept of space-time before I mentioned it right now? Can we have a raise of hands? Okay, no problems. So this is in fact a very, very strong concept, the concept of space-time in the domain of astronomy and astronautics. So in astronautics and astronomy, if this is there and space is all about this, I think we should have a dedicated subject which teaches space at the elementary school level, or we can have labs at school level, we can have labs as well as at the university level. Then these concepts will become more generic. Back in the US, Canada and Europe, these concepts are fairly common, I would say. Yeah, you can continue to please keep the lights off. So on the same concept of space-time, here is an Alcubierre warp drive which claims that when it is actually designed, it will be able to take us all the way to any portion in the universe. So we can see how the mesh of space-time is getting distorted by the craft, and it is able to propel itself forward. Okay, now I'll play a few videos. The images in this video are based on calculations and simulations based on the equations of general and special theory of relativity, and they are not arbitrary simulations or animation. We'll see the fabric of space-time through another video.
For all this, we are not nowhere. A web is woven around us. It is the web of the universe itself, space-time. This imaginary grid, made up of a multitude of small particles, will allow us to visualize the invisible, the geometry of the universe, and to understand its dynamics. From where we are, the grid is calm, motionless. Nothing disturbs it, and if we throw a marble, it zooms straight forward, moving away through the void forever. In reality, the grid is not perfectly static. If we fast forward, we see that it drifts very slightly, like a river which flows into the stars and whose current carries everything with it. The stars, clouds of gas and dark matter, effectively distort space-time, pulling the fabric of the universe in their direction. Very slowly, the two galaxies are getting closer, and in several billion years, long after we disappear, the Milky Way and Andromeda will eventually merge and become one. While Andromeda is getting closer, researchers discovered at the dawn of the 20th century that most galaxies actually move away. As a whole, the universe is constantly expanding. Like a fabric that stretches, the grid swells more and more and carries galaxies away from each other. As this expansion progresses, the wavelength of their light is stretched and turns red. We know today that this expansion accelerates, stimulated by a still mysterious dark energy. The expansion would have begun 13.8 billion years ago. Extremely compressed, containing only a mush of fluctuating energy, the universe would have distended suddenly to reach astronomical dimensions in a fraction of a second. This is the Big Bang. What was there before that, no one really knows. Tiny fluctuations becoming gigantic would have attracted matter, condensing it into filaments, halos, then galaxies and stars. Today, we live near one of these stars, the Sun. Around the Sun revolve multiple bodies, planets, asteroids, and comets, moving freely in the grid of the universe. The immense mass of the Sun curves space-time, and the fabric of space falls towards the star, taking everything with it. This is how the planets orbit without moving away from the Sun. They move straight forward, but the current continuously pulls them back.
I hope the concept of space-time or the fabric of space-time is more clear after we saw the visualizations. There lies the importance of visualization that I talked about earlier. We'll quickly switch using the concept of space-time as a fabric in understanding what are black holes and wormholes as well.
A few thousand light years away, another star, even more massive, is about to explode. In an instant, the core is carried towards the center, and the outer layers are violently blown away. This time, the universe is stronger. It drags the core of the star, unable to resist, towards the center where all the mass condenses. Within a small sphere, the universe is so curved that its fabric falls faster than light. Nothing can escape this hellish treadmill. Everything is carried downwards. It is impossible to stay still or even send a signal outwards. It's a black hole. In the universe, some black holes are born near another star, and they capture its matter in the form of a very high-temperature plasma. Entering an orbit around the black hole, the plasma forms an accretion disk which loses energy and spirals towards the horizon. Inside the black hole, very close to the center, the flow becomes infinitely fast, and all objects are strongly torn apart. The grid stretches so violently that it separates atoms from each other and spaghettifies all bodies. At the center, our current theories do not yet adequately describe the quantum behavior of space-time.
Okay, we'll quickly see this gravitational wave astronomy. Anyone knows what is LIGO? LIGO, LIGO, in the domain of space physics probably. LIGO. Okay, we'll see a video explaining the same.
Finally, if two black holes meet, they can begin to dance, pulling each other faster and faster until they merge and form an even bigger black hole. This new black hole vibrates like a bubble and eventually stabilizes. During such an event, the entire fabric of the universe is driven by the vibrations. Gravitational waves more powerful than all observable stars form and escape at the speed of light, distorting everything in their path. On September 14th, 2015, after a journey of over 1 billion years, one of these vibrations ended up crossing the Earth. In the blink of an eye, the Earth shook by a fraction of the size of an atom. But for the first time in history, researchers had detectors to measure these vibrations. They bore witness to a cataclysmic fusion that happened more than 1 billion years ago. In 2015, a whole new field of astronomy thus opened up, gravitational wave astronomy, allowing us to probe the very structure of the universe.
So LIGO stands for Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory, which is a device which is built here on Earth at 2 places in the US, and the third one is going to come up in India, in Maharashtra. And the cabinet has cleared 2,600 crores for that. We should really feel super proud as Indians that we will have LIGO India as the third such advanced gravitational wave observatory. Okay, now we will see and understand the scale of the universe looking at a video and understand how speed of light is used as a measure of distance and where we are in the universe. So we can see each square right now is 10,000 kilometers and the Earth is engulfed in that, and we can see India. We will first go towards the sun from Earth. That's the sun. That's 1 astronomical unit, the distance between Earth and sun. Almost the entire solar system is soon going to come inside a square. There it is. That's the entire solar system as a dot. And every other dot that you're going to see now is another solar system. Now we are going towards the center of the galaxy. That's the center of the galaxy, a supermassive black hole called Sagittarius Alpha, 25,000 light years away. And we will zoom out further to go to another galaxy called M87, which has got a black hole 1,000 times the size of Sagittarius Alpha. That's M87, 54.8 million light years away, and with the kind of system engineering that we have as humans or as a race here on this planet, we are able to observe these two black holes sitting here on Earth, which is like a big achievement in itself. Yeah. That's the second question of the day. This is primarily to children as well as the teachers and professors. Aerospace trivia too. So how many of us have gone to the US and Canada and all those countries? Can we have a raise of hand? Just because I've asked the question doesn't mean that you will not tell. Who all have gone? Nobody here. At least Europe? Okay, no problems. So I have been to the US in 2017. The question is pretty simple. So Earth is round, I take off from India, and when I have to go and land in US, the aircraft is actually inverted with respect to India, right? Because it's landing on the other side of the globe. So the question is fairly simple, that when it went all the way, when did it do this? Because when I looked outside the window, I saw flat Earth and I was flying straight only. So when did the pilot start pulling the nose down and ensure that it's actually following a spherical path? Anyone? Anyone, please? This is the first time that I'm having that there are no responses at all from the audience. Usually I have 3 to 4 responses. Okay, then we'll not discuss this. We'll skip to the next section. Can we have the other presentation on, please? So we now come to the next part of our talk, which is a little bit or two about life lessons. And in the end, I will talk a little bit about my own life, whatever glimpses I can share. Okay, we have the Pursuing Life Goals as a patented technology. I've already applied for the patent. So when I share the technology in the end, please don't click pictures, okay? So we'll quickly see this. For pursuing life goals in life, you need to choose a path first of all. It's not only about life, it can be a very, very small micro project which is just across 2 weeks. The strategy or the science is the same. Choice between hard and easy. Let's see through this video what he's going to tell us. Oh, can we have the audio back, please? Done?
To get anything of value, you have to sacrifice. Do you know that the harder thing to do and the right thing to do are usually the same thing? Nothing that has meaning is easy. Easy doesn't enter into grown-up life.
So the message is easy doesn't enter into grown-up life. This is primarily for the kids. When it comes to choosing a path, life will multiple times give you a choice to choose between the hard and the easy. Multiple times it will happen in your life. And the life that you're living today is a sum total of all those choices that you've made till now. Robert Frost says, 2 roads diverged in a wood, and when it came to me, I took the one less traveled by. And that is only what always makes the difference. Small, easy path, easy goals, easy returns, guaranteed returns. Mr. Swapnil also talked about taking risks. No guarantee on the path on the right, sure shot guarantee on the left. But glory is always there in the path on the right. Please remember that. Okay, having chosen a path, the next part is, okay, you did the great thing of choosing the harder one. But now you have to believe that you will be able to walk on that path. Look at this cricketing brand SG, what it has to teach us. First believe, then become. If you don't believe that the target you've set for yourself is doable enough for you, you will not be able to achieve it. First of all, it is most important in life to realize, and trust me on this, that none of us is any lesser than the other person. And everything is doable through sheer hard work. Okay, when it comes to believing and becoming, I have a small video.
I am a chronic excuse maker. How do I stop making excuses and get things done?
The chronic excuse maker. How do you stop making excuses? This is actually pretty simple. Yeah, and I said it the other day, and you have to realize, you have to know, you have to accept that all your excuses are lies. They are lies, all of them. Think about the things that you tell yourself, the lies you use to rationalize taking the easy road. Taking the easy road and leaving discipline behind. Think about them. You don't have time. That's a lie. You don't have support. That's a lie. You don't have the equipment or the gear. Lies. You don't know the best way. Who cares? That's a lie. Or you're too old or you're too young. Of course, you're too old or too young. Lie. And there's you're too busy. Sure you are. That's a lie. And you're too tired or you're too sore or you're just plain not feeling it. Lies, lies, lies. And the list goes on and on and on. And it doesn't stop if you don't make it stop.
So it doesn't stop until you make it stop. Can anyone please identify this athlete for me? Anyone? Okay, she's a para-athlete from Kishtwar in J&K, and her name is Sheetal Devi. She has something to teach us on the lines of believing and becoming.
मुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा। सबका सही से निशाना लग रहा था, लेकिन मेरा नहीं। बहुत बुरा लगता था। तब दीदी ने बोला, कुछ सर की ट्रेनिंग पे ध्यान दे, मेहनत कर। तेरी अभी शुरुआत है, तू भी कर सकती है। वो मैंने मेहनत की। दिन रात, बहुत सारी मेहनत। पर मेरी कहानी यहाँ शुरू नहीं होती। मैं जम्मू कश्मीर की एक छोटी सी गांव की हूँ। मेरे पापा दिन भर खेती करते हैं और मम्मा बकेट्स मांगती है। जब मैं तैयार होती हूँ ना, माँ बोलती है कि मैं सबसे सुंदर हूँ। माँ भी ना, पर हूँ ना मैं सुंदर। बचपन से ही मुझे स्कूल बहुत पसंद था। पहले लगता था कि मैं नहीं जा पाऊंगी, क्योंकि मैं अलग हूँ ना। इसी में कोई कमी नहीं होती, बस थोड़ी मेहनत की जरूरत होती है।
So I think the message is self-understood. If she can, imagine what is the kind of potential that each one of us have with everything intact and full supply of food and rest and everything. Okay. Sheetal Devi in 2025 has competed against 60 normal and able-bodied archers. and she stood third nationally, creating history. Till date, no Indian para-athlete has yet qualified for an able-bodied international event. She will now compete with normal archers, representing India as a normal, able-bodied archer. Through her hard effort, she has become equal to the normal by birth persons. It's such an inspiration for both specially abled as well as able-bodied sports persons as well as individuals like us.
She is an amazing archer, Sheetal Devi. At such a young age, only 17 years old. Silver medalist at last year's World Championships at the age of 16. Oh, what a start!
Sheetal Devi.
That's it. So Sheetal Devi has a message that no one is in fact any less than anyone else. So please believe in yourself that anything and everything is possible and doable the day you decide that you're going to do it. So having believed in yourself, the most important thing is to make the start. When you'll make the start, in fact, you'll realize working out will make you feel weak when it's actually making you stronger. Learning new things will make you feel dumb when it's actually making you smarter. When you actually set out on the journey to do something you will realize you're not able to do. It's a positive indication. It's an indication which says you started and now you know where you stand. Continue. So there's a small video which explains the same. When I am ready, I will start. Don't delay it. This particular slide talks about procrastination. We spend so much of money on these books, trying to figure out how to start. All that you need is good determination, good self-belief that I'm going to start because I want to start and I want to achieve. There's another video which explains making the start as a ghost analogy.
Brown's a motivational speaker. He made an analogy about this. He says, imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. The ghost of the ideas you never acted on. The ghost of the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, we came to you because you could have brought us to life, they say. And now we have to go to the grave together. So I ask you today, how many ghosts are going to be around your bed when your time comes? Come on! What's the matter with you? There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
Just remember, when it comes to making a start, there is no tomorrow. Okay, somebody is already taking a chance on the things you're still overtaking. You're just thinking that I will start, and somebody's already started. Okay, having made the start, the most difficult part is sustaining your efforts. When you start, you'll hit your comfort zone, your fear zone, your learning zone, then you'll cross your growth zone, and only then you will achieve your goals. So remember, it is science. You have to come out of your fear, you have to come out of your comfort in order to achieve what you wish to achieve. Another video which explains the same.
We talk about the path, and we talk about discipline, and we talk about living clean, but it is not an easy path. It is filled with temptations and pitfalls and hazards and traps, and it's hard to stay on the path. And if you fall off, it can seem even harder to get back on, but you can do it. You gotta be honest with yourself and do not be a slave. Don't be a slave to drugs or booze or emotion or whatever weakness is trying to be your master. Don't allow it. Tell the truth. Call out your own weakness. weaknesses, then impose discipline, impose your will, and climb back up onto the path and set yourself free.
Discipline actually equals freedom. There is a disciplined version of yourself inside you. You have to be disciplined to be able to discover that disciplined version of yourself. The path is always hard, but all of us can do it, is the message. Always remember, to get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. Back in 2015, I attempted a 3/4 version of the Ironman triathlon. It entails 3 kilometers of swimming, followed by 135 kilometers of cycling, followed by 31 kilometers of running in the end. At the 18th kilometer in the run, my hands turned blue and I had to give up. And I stopped and I failed. And I wanted to desperately complete the full Ironman version, but I was not able to complete even the 3/4 version. But 8 years later, with better fitness and training and everything, I was able to achieve it. December 22 to June 2023, 6 months of intense running, swimming, and cycling training. Ironman is, of course, 4 kilometers of swim in the ocean, 180 kilometers of cycling, and 42 kilometers of run. I'll skip this particular video for paucity of time. Sustaining your efforts, self-explanatory. Sustaining your efforts, again, a very, very self-explanatory picture. Discipline is not about perfection. Discipline is about being imperfect each day, not being your 100% daily, and still continuing to move towards what you wish to achieve. Ugly action always beats perfection. No one can be 100% every day. Please remember that. And that's okay. Can you see the sine curve there? Life will always present ups and downs is the better option. We'll see that. This is a proof that a life with ups and downs takes you further and faster than a monotonous and linear life. Really sorry, the computer is not able to play the videos properly. Learn the journey versus destination game. The man who loves walking will always go further than the man who loves the destination. There's another video which explains the same.
Stop being driven by outcomes. Stop being driven by, if I get this, I'm going to do this. Just work. And if you don't get what you thought you were going to get, show up and still go to work. Because along the process, what's more important? What you acquire or who you become? And a lot of people think what they acquire is the thing that makes them who they are. No, it's who you become in the process of chasing what you want to acquire.
Okay, we have the same thing in this message from the Bhagavad Gita. That you have a right to perform your prescribed duties, but you're not entitled to the fruit of your actions. Never consider yourself to be the cause of the results of your activities, nor be ever attached to inaction. Okay, living example I have, this is one wing commander in the Air Force, okay. He did not get promoted 4 times by the Air Force in 4 consecutive years. Very strange individual. I have seen when people miss their first promotion, they start cribbing about the organization, about the people who actually got the promotion, about life in general and everything. But this man, fairly simple and unknown to the normal people, he continued to work for 12 to 14 hours daily, right till the date he was retiring. Which is a big message, that let us not connect the quality of work that we are doing to incentives all the time. Okay, so great lesson there. Lastly, failures are the biggest teachers. Even Mr. Swapnil talked about it. Failure for me, couldn't manage to get selected for the Axiom 4 mission. This is back in 2024. Felt very bad for 2 days. I'm psychologically trained to handle these stresses. I said, so what? My rejection handling capability is quite good. But what this event did to me was that it really forced me to recalibrate myself as a human being. Something which I would not have done if I would have managed to go to NASA. In fact, not going to Axiom 4 mission is the best thing that has happened to me in my life. It's very strange to say this, which gets me to the point, please welcome failures in your life. Welcome them. They are the greatest teachers. How much you learn from theory, from practice, and from mistakes. Okay, I have a story to tell. There is a village student, okay, who's not only seen failures, but he's also struggling from very harsh circumstances, who repeatedly fails in his school exams, gets influenced by an honest government servant, dares to become an officer himself, doesn't cheat but passes somehow in 3rd division in school and at graduation. He seeks to escape local corruption and poverty and travels away from his village. Unfortunately, gets robbed on the way and loses all his money. What does he do? He restarts, cleans toilets, works as an auto rickshaw driver, library assistant, mill operator, makes ends meet. Studies extremely hard, fails 3 times, passes India's toughest UPSC CSE exam, featuring a 1% success rate, and we had one individual here who's done that. All of us know this story is from which movie, right? Which movie? 12th Fail, yeah. We'll just see a short clip explaining this. So I'll just skip to the next slide because the computer is not really able to play the video properly. This is the real life hero, IPS Manoj Kumar Sharma. So the movie is actually based on a real life hero. Fail, 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 and in the end win. So with our thoughts, we shape the world is what Buddha says, okay? And a similar message here.
I had a dream that I will become a pilot, okay? I will become a pilot. So I studied aeronautical engineering. I went to Air Force for pilot, okay? They did not select me, okay? Out of 10 fellows, I was the 10th fellow, a selected fellow. 9 seats only they had. I lost it, okay? But when I became the president, I became the supreme commander. I told the chief of the air staff, I want to bird fly. He said, I'm going to give you training. He trained me for 6 months. Then I flew Su-30. Message is, dream, repeat with me, dream, transforms into thoughts, result into action.
Basically, dare to dream and don't be afraid to fail. Every failure is a lesson. If you're not really willing to fail, you're actually not ready to succeed. Try and achieve failure. You have to achieve failure, in fact. You have to take it to that point, that far. And most of us don't want to go that far because it's actually scary. Most of us are scared that we will not be able to recover from failures. But that is in fact where success lies past that point. A man is great not because he hasn't failed. A man is great because failure hasn't stopped him. And your wound is the place where the light actually enters you. Anyone knows this lady? Okay, she's a lesser known individual. We'll see a video which will explain.
On May 21st, 2013, this 25-year-old girl from India made history across the world. But to get there, she had to survive the worst night of her life. 2 years earlier, in 2011, Arunima Sinha was on a train from Lucknow to Delhi. A few robbers tried to grab a gold chain that was around her neck, in front of other people who did nothing. When she resisted, they threw her out of the running train. And just as they threw her, another train was coming on the other track, hit her, crushed her body, and she lost her left leg that night. After 7 hours of screaming in pain, she was finally taken to the local hospital. They amputated her leg, and while she was in pain that most of us cannot even imagine, this is what she decided.
हॉस्पिटल के बेड पे डिसाइड किया वॉलीबॉल लाइफ का सबसे टफ गेम करना है, तब मैंने माउंटेनियरिंग चुना.
Mountaineering. But she wasn't thinking of hiking your local mountain. She had something else in mind.
मैं माउंटेनियरिंग करना चाहती हूँ. एवरेस्ट के लिए मुझे ट्राई करना है. हर किसी ने मुझे बोला कि क्या है, पागल हो चुकी हो क्या?
Everyone doubted her, because why wouldn't they? But whatever she lacked in her body, she had a million times that in her mind, spirit and soul. After 2 years of grueling practice and 28 hours of climbing, she achieved something that no one had done from India before.
आज मेरी लाइफ का सबसे बड़ा सपना पूरा हुआ और मैं टॉप ऑफ द वर्ल्ड हूँ.
I listened to her talk 10 times. And here's the part that leaves me speechless. Everest was not the end for her. It was the beginning. Because Arunima went on to climb all the highest mountains in all 7 continents in the world. She completed her final summit of Mount Vinson in Antarctica on January 1st, 2019. It's one thing to say mind over body. But what she's done is so far beyond imagination that it makes you wonder how much of our potential is still left untapped.
Just like Sheetal Devi, she's a big star, earned the Padma Shri in 2015. Okay, there's a bunker capturing technology by Indian Army. In a matter of 7 to 8 seconds, we will learn something about life from this technology. Okay, what is the technology? Can anyone tell me? What is bunker capturing technology of the Indian Army? Okay, we'll see that. That's the bunker capturing technology. Pretty simple. That soldiers of the Indian Army, even with bullets on their chest, they continue to fight. And we crib for the smallest things in life. I can't do this. I'm not an early riser. I'm actually not that type. Maths is not my thing and all that. So a lot to learn there. In the end, summarizing, choose hard, believe, start, sustain, journey more important. Work, fail, work again, sweat, fail, work again, bleed, fail, work again, partially fail, work again, and then taste success finally. Be continuous, fall, get up, start, wipe your tears, repeat, be at it. No shortcuts, only hard work plus smart work. That's the technology that I was talking about, the chaser protocol. If you follow this, be a chaser and not a quitter. And for people who don't understand videos enough and they only understand math, I had this particular slide as well. Maybe you can click a picture of this. Okay, quickly because time is running out, we've already done 1 hour 15 minutes till now. Quickly cover my own life journey, love and commitment to academics, both at the National Defense Academy and the Air Force Academy. Excelled in academics. I still do a lot of research work, and I presented my work on re-entry mechanics on at the recently, okay, it's not recent enough now, it's in May of 25 at the Global Space Exploration. There's a lot of extreme environment training that I do in my personal life, trying to prepare myself for space, which is the most extreme environment. So whatever analogs are possible here, I try to do. I'm an ultra marathoner. I've done marathons in snow. I've 100-kilometer marathon to myself. And I am a podium finisher in 75-kilometer version. I usually come in the top 5 to 10 people whenever I'm running ultra marathons. And an ultra cyclist, open water swimmer, attempted the Ocean Man in Thailand last year. Unfortunately, 10 kilometers was the event. It was unfortunate I didn't complete. I managed to do about 5.6. Here is a video which explains a little bit about the open water swimming. This is in Kerala, some 4 kilometers away from the coast. So, yeah. An advanced mountaineer. Here, all the mountaineering compatriots that I have along with me, they're all 20 to early 30-year-olds. And here's a 44-year-old guy who came third in the endurance run. Anything is possible if you want to do. That's the kind of message I would like to give from my mountaineering endeavors. I've climbed Mount BC Roy, professional scuba diver. And here is a glimpse of a lot of the activities that I do in a single slide. There's flying, of course, there's open water swimming, there's microgravity wearing and removing of the spacesuit that you can see in the two videos on the sides. Then there is, of course, skydiving, scuba, and a lot of stuff. Yeah. So with that, I think I would like to close today's session. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir, for such a powerful and meaningful address. Your presence itself is an honor for us, and your words have ignited curiosity, courage, and ambitions in young minds. We are truly grateful for your time and guidance. Winners don't do different things. They do things differently. With this, I call upon Ms. Shravani for the prize distribution.
Thank you, Disha. Now comes the felicitation of all prize winners of Hackathon and MPTL toppers. I request all the winners of Hackathon and MPTL to come near the right side of the stage. I request our esteemed chief guest, IAS Shri Swapnil Wankare, our guest of honor, Captain Shri Angad Pratap, our honorable chairman and vice chairman, principals, HOD and dean to kindly join us at the center of the stage to honor our winners. I'm Shravani Kiri, and it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the grand felicitation of winners of Hackathon 2026. PR Pote Patil Educational Group Amravati has always believed that engineering is not confined to classrooms. It comes alive through innovation and real-world problem solving. For years, our institution has been at the forefront of this movement, consistently hosting this national-level competition as an epitome of technical excellence and student-led innovation. Continuing this legacy, our institution proudly hosted this 8-hour national-level hackathon, providing a platform where young innovators could truly code, create, and challenge boundaries. This year's participation truly reflects the scale and spirit of the event. With over 50 shortlisted teams and over 250 participants, we have seen talent traveling from across the country. We also extend our sincere gratitude to our platform partner, Hack to Skill. And now the moment of ultimate recognition among all the remarkable teams, one stood out for its innovation, execution, and impact. The grand winners of Hackathon 2026, receiving a cash prize of 1 lakh rupees. The teams that truly embodied the spirit of code, create, and conquer is Team Blaziken for problem statement evaluation of AML in healthcare from Sandeep Institute of Technology and Research Center, Nashik. Continuing with the honors, we now recognize our 5 category winners, each receiving a cash prize of 20,000 rupees. For problem statement applied AI solution for Industry 5.0, Team HackMeds from Sapna College of Engineering and Technology, Amravati. For problem statement generative AI for supply chain management, team Coherence from Pote Patil, College of Engineering and Management, Amravati. For problem statement evaluation of AML in healthcare, team Greeky Coder from Ramdev Baba College of Engineering and Management, Nagpur. Team Crackjack from St. Vincent Pallotti College of Engineering and Technology, Nagpur. Next is Team Strange Thinker from Pote College of Engineering and Management, Amravati. Congratulations to all winners and participants. I now invite Kanishka to stage to take the proceeding forward with felicitation of our NPTEL toppers.
Thank you, Shravani. Let us proceed to the felicitation of NPTEL toppers. NPTEL, the National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning, is an initiative by the Ministry of Education developed by 7 IITs and IISc, offering a rigorous and industry-relevant courses. I now request all the faculty members to please come on the dais. Starting with faculty members, Professor Deepak Dhanwani, Assistant Professor from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Professor Samruddhi Mamade, Assistant Professor from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Professor Neeraj Raja, Assistant Professor from the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Dr. Sachin Raut, Assistant Professor from the Department of MBA. Moving ahead with the student felicitation, students from the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, Ms. Aarti Devgambar Paraskar, ranking in top 1%. Mr. Karthik Santosh Ingole, ranking in the top 2%. Ms. Pooja Pramod Tiple, ranking in top 2%. Now, students from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Mr. Vedant Ganeshrao Bondare, ranking in top 5%. Ms. Ishwari Anil Nasre, ranking in top 5%. Mr. Atharva Arvind Dethe, ranking in top 5%. Now, we move forward with the felicitation of pharmacy students. Mr. Suchit Ashok Gajbia, ranking in top 1%. Miss Dolly Arun Bhende, Miss Achal Maruti Rao Lokhande, Miss Preeti Ajay Thakre, Miss Pallavi Vaman Sawalakhe, ranking in top 1%.